Hey, welcome on in, everybody. It is time for the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 400 at Texas. We are ready to roll. And let's see, I think we're half lap from going green. So a little bit more and we'll be getting ready to go. Kyle Larson, our pole sitter, and then a handful of Gibbs guys behind him. 200 cars in the top 6. The other two outside the top 15. No, top 13. So very mixed bag of tricks when it comes to the Hendrick batch. Gibbs, on the other hand, they've got all their cars starting in the top 11. And then they've also got a pair of 2311 cars in the top 11 as well with them. So all 6 of them in the top 11. But yeah, we'll see. So we'll get ready to go here. I probably should have shared the link. So go, feel free to share the link, but we are ready to go racing. Green flag in the air. All right, what do we got? It's Texas. My expectations aren't high. But it looks like Larson's going to get that lead into turn 1, so he'll have that clear by the time they get to the backstretch. And Gibbs will get clear for second. Briscoe looking like he's going to try and snag third down the backstretch. Fairly orderly. I don't see any major movers going on right now. Everything's kind of lined up and in place. All right, there we go. Lap 1, nice and clean. As far as for now. Well, for now. No guarantee, though. All right, so Briscoe tried for third. Didn't quite get it. Or sorry, that was for fourth. Didn't quite get there. Bubba moving up to the high side. I think there's going to be grip to be gained up there. I don't think... These guys talked about a 1-groove track. I think 1 and 2 is going to be 2-groove. Strictly on the dirty air part of it alone. There's enough dirty air that if you follow someone into the next corner, you'll be able to get by them in the clean air. So Larson leads the first handful of laps as we roll. Who's that? Is that? Oh, it is. Yeah, that is Hocevar making a move up there. Ooh, Noah pushed it a little wild there. Went 3 wide into corner 1 and 2. Ooh, Noah looks pretty sporty. I'm not going to lie. I like what I see out of him so far. He's running up in the 18th spot. Oh, shoot. I got to turn the chat on. My bad. I forgot to turn the chat on. There we go. That was my mistake. All right, there's some more Gibbs guys. 11th and 12th, Truex and Hamlin. Well, that's not right. Thoughts on yesterday's Xfinity race? Oh, man. That one... I mean, I can't be mad. That was an incredible race. Especially the finish. It was an incredible finish. And, man, I did want Sieg to get it. I would be lying if I said I wanted Mayer to win. But it's going to make a hell of a good race win. I can't wait to see. They better offer it because that thing's going to look awesome. Right side's all scraped off of it. Hell of a finish. Like, I'm excited. So as things have shaken out, I don't see a huge amount of moving going on, which is fairly normal, unfortunately, for these cars. So we'll see as things get rolling a little further. We're only 6 laps in, so they have a little more time to heat those tires up and stuff. But how have I been? I've been pretty good. It's finally warm outside, so got a chance to get out yesterday a couple different times, and so that was kind of nice. Interesting. I didn't realize how far back that was. So yeah, 1 and 2 still doesn't look very multi-groove yet. Still looks like that's still a 1-groove thing all the way around. I hope they just put the progressive banking... I mean, I don't know why they reconfigured Texas in the first place. It was a track that literally didn't need a repave. It was already a great racetrack. All right. I think we're settling in for the main part of Texas now, unfortunately. That's why we need these. Yeah, it doesn't even look like they can get up in the second groove. There's just not enough power in these cars. They're wide open through 3 and 4. Oh, this is gonna be so disappointing. Oh. Yeah, they're not even lifting in 3 and 4. They're wide open. Oh, wow. I hate this car so much. It's such a I mean, Texas is not a good racetrack. I'm not going to lie to you and try to say that, yesterday proved Texas is a good track. It's not. It's not a good track. But, oh, man, we're really going to have them wide open through an entire set of corners? Oh, gross. Yep. Unfortunately, it looks like they are settled in, and this is where they will run for probably a massive chunk of the race. That's not unfortunate, or that is unfortunate. I want Denny Hamlin to win just to see the track owner feud last week. Oh, that'd be great. He could get out of the car and call the place a dump. That'd be awesome. I didn't realize how bad Texas had gotten, though. The thing for me is I've seen Kansas compared to Bristol, and Kansas is miles behind Bristol. Like, Bristol is a way better racetrack than Kansas is. And that's not racing. The racing quality at Kansas is good, but, the effort when it comes to, marketing and improvements to the track and stuff, the stuff they've done at Kansas has been minimal. I know everyone Kansas likes to brag about their Highline district. They literally just ripped out seats and put chairs in the same spot, like bar stools with an umbrella. But they're so low, you can't see real well from that area. It's just a very overpriced lawn chair, essentially. So, there's stuff like that where I'm like, what are we doing? Their midway is constantly not great. Kansas is a track that I think, hopefully they're next on the list to get a big renovation, to get some new stuff out there. And, basically, I hope they get some better marketers in there, because if you go down to Kansas for the race weekend, you're there for the weekend, but if you drive around the city, you have no idea the race is happening. There's no fanfare. There's no kind of the show's in town feeling like you get with some of these other tracks. It's very much just another weekend in Kansas City, and that goes on marketing from that point of view. So, but yeah, I don't know. I think SMI does a better job of marketing their tracks, even if they don't necessarily, like I said, their repave to Texas was a terrible decision. That thing is awful. I don't know who greenlit it, but that was a bad idea. But yeah. Yes, I do. Which kind do you need? I'll have both of them. Do I have any Michael McDowell Indy road course wins available? Yes, I do. Actually, the funny thing is I haven't even looked at them yet. I have a new shipment that came in on Thursday, but I've been so busy trying to get my taxes done that I haven't had a chance to even look at it. But because it's Texas and there's nothing else going on, let's take a look at them. Which one do you need, an ARC or an Elite? I'll open that, whatever one you need. Ow, dang it. I just crumpled up a piece of paper. Rolled right over it. Alright, pull this up. Because yes, I looked at a couple of them already. I looked at Chris Buescher's Richmond. Looks incredible. Love that car. So that one was really, really good looking. And then I also looked at, I think it was William Byron's Watkins Glenwyn was the other one. The ARC, perfect, because I actually realized I don't have an F. But I do have the ARC, so let me make sure it gets put online. But, yeah, I definitely got one available for you. I'm pulling the Elite out right now, because nothing's happening on the actual racetrack worth watching, so this is what we do instead. DIN is 177. Oh, what a good-looking car. That's a good paint scheme. And I have the runner-up car, because they made the Chase Elliott, I think it was Autel, or Autel or something, but they made that car as well. So yeah, that is the Elite. I like it. I'm trying to see if there's any major damage. He stayed out in a clean section of the racetrack, so not a lot on it. There is a windshield wiper. Otherwise pretty clean, but it'll go in my, because I was at the race, I always have the pin and all the stuff with that, so it's one of my, seen in person cars. But yeah, it is on, I'll check and make sure it's on the website, and then yeah, it should be all good to go. I'll do it right now, actually. I got a phone, and like I said, there's nothing going on the racetrack, so... Wow, this is... Oof. I hate to say it, but the Xfinity cars put on the best show, and if I'm NASCAR, I know the next-gen car is their new thing. This is the future. This is the way the world will go. But if I'm looking at NASCAR objectively right now, and how do we fix the racing? How do we fix this? How do we fix this? How do we cut cost? The Xfinity car is cheaper. The Xfinity car is more durable. It's not more durable, I shouldn't say that. The Xfinity car is cheaper, though, because you have cheaper teams running on a quarter of the budget, and they seem to make it work just fine. So that seems to work just fine. Tire issues, non-existent, because they have nice big tires that allow them to heat up and wear out, and you see decent chunks of tire fall off. Seems to be a good idea. And the racing quality, fantastic. I mean, it's fantastic racing quality. Safety, A+. So if I'm NASCAR, at what point do I just say, you know what? I know we built and developed this whole next-gen car, but this one is so much better. We're going to scrap all of that and just eat the loss. But the reason we're going to eat that loss is we know this car will be able to outlive all of us. It's the future. Like, this car races so good. Just stick with this and the racing will not fail. I mean, I feel like it would get the job done, you know? Sat on the hill in turn one. Oh, okay, you were just on the inside of turn 1. I was probably right above you. I was up in the grandstand. Just at the edge of pit road is where I sat for that. Because from the end of the grandstand, you can actually look out, see turn 1, 2, a little bit through 3, then you lose them, and then you can catch them just as they come up the backstretch. Kyle's out to a 1.0 second lead, then 5 seconds over Bell. But like I said, there's no movement going on. I mean, if you look at lap times, everybody's running within 0.4 of a second of each other, and that's just aero related. So, yeah, not good. Oof. Well, yeah, we'll deal with what we can do. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be that great. But anyway, I'm going to get the ARC version out for you. Do you want me to check your DIN, or do you want me to just inspect it? Because I can do either one. This one needs to go over there, because I need to take my photos of it. I also need to take the photos of this, so I can't leave it perfectly in the tissue, because I need to get the photos of the thing. That way I have them for reference on the website. I just literally dropped my freaking screwdrivers. Didn't stop the stream. Everything's still running. Okay, good. It nailed the keyboard, so I was hoping it didn't just mess everything up. All right, so yeah, we're not even watching the race at this point, unfortunately. We're just literally spacing out. I mean, they can't pass at all. It's just a giant freight train. Oof. Not good. Not good. All right, let's see here. So first thing I'm going to do, make sure everything looks good. Wheels are straight. No flaws. Good. I always inspect them anyway, so just so you know, anything you ever get off my site's going to not have that plasticky tissue stuff on it, because I always inspect it, because sometimes I find big flaws, like, you know, pop it out and you'll see a big chip, and I'm like, nope, sending that back. That's a tire mark. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, oh, the Love's decal on the back is chipped. It's not chipped. It's, oops, I got to tip it a little more. Here we go. That little Love's decal looked like it was cut in half. There's a tire mark there. It's hard to see, because my arm can't seem to get it to focus. But anyway, yeah, that's a tire mark, so... but yeah, the DIN number is 195. So 95 is the car I used to drive. But yeah, that'll be your DIN. And then other thing I always do when I inspect them, I take these cards, so I make sure they're all kind of like in their folder here, or kind of like folded up in here nicely, so that way they don't get stuck out too far. And then I actually will turn and slide them up in the roof of the box like that. And that keeps them from getting bent, because otherwise it's very easy for it to get bent, knocked out of shape, and all of a sudden you got a warped, bent, or creased card. I don't like that. Nobody likes that, so that's what I always do. So yes, car's good. I will have to, like I said, take photos of it though. So I'll pull it off the base, take the photos of it, put it back on the base, and we'll get it shipped on Monday. Oh yeah, I didn't even check to make sure it was on the website yet. Whoops. Let's get on my phone and see, because we're under our second commercial break, and I'm not even mad. That's the thing. Texas racing is so bad when Fox goes to 2 commercials, like back-to-back, I don't even care, because I'm not missing anything. There's nothing happening. Oh, I need a verification code for this. Was it emailed to me? Let's find out. Yep, it was. Oops. Verify. No, I think I'm good. We're going to look for Michael McDougall. Yep, perfect. It's in stock. Just remember to use Race Craze as that promo code on your checkout, so that way you get your discount. Because some people don't use that, so you gotta get your discount. Yeah, I love watching the train of cars. Hamlin got past Truex. Oh my God! Ring the siren, guys! We've got a pass on the racetrack. Pandemonium has ensued. A pass has taken place. The first green flag pass in probably 10 laps. Wow! Wow. I hate Texas. Man, what did they do to this place? It's not even just Texas, though. This car is just, ugh. Ugh. It's a bad car. Said wide open through 3 and 4 is an absolute gag. Like, why are they wide open? These are supposed to be race cars. They're supposed to be fast. Pay for it Thursday when I get paid. Yeah, no, all good. It's on there, so if it happens to sell, I'll pick another one up. Just, if it happens to be out of stock, shoot me an email, and I'll pick another one up, or I'll try to make sure I can pick another one up. But, yeah. Oh, I guess Ryan Blaney made a pass somewhere. He went from 6th to 5th. It looks like Byron got around Briscoe. So we have 2 little passes that took place. Only took 30 laps into a run for anything to happen. Still 48 laps to go. Can they make it on one stop? Can they go 80 laps on fuel? I swear, if they go 80 laps on fuel, I'm just going to be downright mad at that point. Because at that point, it's like, what are we doing? Like, the tires have no fall off. Gonna see here. Where's Bob Pockers? He always has a good breakdown of the see, that's that one I need. Bobbert Pocreso. There he is. Oh, there's Fox doing another cutaway special, ignoring the racing on the track. Here we go. Fuel is 60 to 70 laps. So, yeah, they cannot make it on one stop. So, actually, they're getting close to the point where you might pit. Actually, as I say that, Denny Hamlin is on pit road. He is short pitting the stint. I like the thought. He's going to try and short pit it and gain because Larson is in heavy traffic right now, really hurting his lap time, and that's a good time to snag some pit stops. So, I bet we're going to see a huge look. Yeah, look at all the cars coming to pit road now. See, now if I'm on the racetrack, I'm running this out now. I'm gonna get jumped by so many people. I'm staying out as long as I can. Not if I'm Larson, but so yeah, I think if I'm someone in the back of the pack right now, everyone's already jumped you on pit road. So now I'm gonna just say go ahead and stay out and run long, like run the sucker all the way out of fuel. You got 30 whole more laps, and you'll be able to potentially get by a lot of those guys. Yeah, I'm staying out, or at least going 10 plus laps further. I'm going to make sure I have much better tires. I hope Gustafson does it, but I'm very concerned he's literally going to pit next time by and just freaking screw all his strategy up. I mean, Gibbs is staying out, so he's kind of accepting that he's going to try it. Which again, if you're Ty Gibbs, you're going to have everybody pinned a lap down for multiple laps. Like you have a good opportunity when it's that busy that if a caution comes out because somebody leaves a wheel loose, you get to pin the whole field a lap down. Like there's gamble here. So we do have a little bit of the strategy bug going. Like I said, I just 42 to go. I'm running the tank empty. Oh, we got a fire on pit road. Is that enough for a yellow? It's in Ty Gibbs's pit. So Ty Gibbs can't pit this time by because there's a fire in his pit box. I was going to say, I would just keep him out there. I don't see any benefit to bringing him to pit road at this point. He is already guaranteed to lose enough spots. Go with the gamble. You've already made your bed. Now sit in it and go for it. Everybody that's not ahead of Kyle Larson. So Stenhouse on up. Those drivers, or sorry, not Stenhouse on up. I guess Bell jumped him on pit road too. But the cars that are still on the racetrack, I guess it's Austin Hill on up. If you're Austin Hill on up, stay out. Stay out. You have no business going into pit right now. None. None. There's no reason to go pit. You have already basically lost all the track position you're going to lose, and Ty Gibbs is coming this time. That was a bad strategy call. Well, if I'm Chase, I'm staying out. Please, Gustafson, please do it. Stay him out. Keep him out there as long as possible. Because if a caution comes out, he gets the fresh tires. And he has a lot of the field pinned a lap down right now. So keep it out there. There's no reason to pit now. You are already screwed on strategy if this thing goes green. So go for it. Just gamble. Please. Yes, he's in the lead. I'm still nervous that they're going to pit and they're just going to screw it all up. They literally need to go another 20 laps. Like not now. Like pit in 20 laps. His lap time, if you look at it, 30.4. What is Kyle Larson running? 30.0. It's nothing. Nothing. Kyle Larson's in heavy traffic. Chase is in fairly clean racetrack. Just stay out there. And then when you do come to pit, your tires will be so much better, you can make your way through traffic. Like, a 10-lap gap isn't enough. You need 20, 25, 30 laps on your tires when you make that gap. So when you, like right now, Truex just got around Chase on the high side because his tires are so much fresher. If he comes in and pits and cycles out in the back, he's going to get stuck behind whoever's in front of him because his tires aren't new enough to overcome that. I would think this is common sense because you're going to watch Ty Gibbs. He's going to get stuck on Tyler Reddick. I mean, he was running second. He's going to be stuck right behind. Got to look for him here. Right behind Tyler Reddick. He'll be stuck there. And he won't be able to get out of that. He'll just be stuck right there. And I said, if you look at the lap times, like 30.2 to a 30.4, he's got clean racetrack. He's on old tires. Caution comes out now. The worst he could be is 15th. And everyone's starting to put laps on their tires. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know, the longer you run, the more laps get on everyone's tires, the better shot. A caution comes out, you get to go to pit road, and everyone follows. So I'm hoping that they do this. I'm glad they stayed out longer. I'm hoping they push this sucker all the way out. Because the other thing you can do, how many laps are left in the stage? 37? They can go another about 20 laps. They could pit with 17 to go, take 4 tires and fuel, and then just take 2. Under the caution or something like that. So they have that option to them as well. They can literally pull that strategy. With a 13-second gap on Kyle Larson currently, even if he pits, I don't think he'll lose a lap to Kyle Larson. So he'll be able to potentially try to flip the stage on tire strategy. Like, the options are there. I love the strategy. I just hate the fact that it took Alan Gustafson this long to try something because he's had opportunities for the last, like, freaking 10 years to do stuff, and he never does. Drives me up a wall. I mean, you can see right now, Chastain is stuck behind him. I mean, his tires are 30 laps older and he can't get by. You know, you're looking at Chase Elliott's lap time, 30.1. What's Ross Chastain's time? 30.2. Tires don't mean enough. Stay out front, run where you're at, come get your fresh ones, and when you've got the fresh tires, you'll be able to run away. Kyle Larson's only getting him by 0.2. Like, it's a tire temperature thing at the way they're going. Tire must be hard as a rock. That I will say that. This tire must be hard as a rock. If it's not even, I mean, Chase Elliott has got 45 lap old tires. Kyle Larson has 12 lap old tires, and they're 0.2 different. And Kyle Larson has a faster car, so we can assume most of that might be in the car. But these tires must be hard as a rock if they don't wear out at all. Yeah. I'd love to see that Hooters car win. I'd love for Chase to win in the Hooters car just once. He's never won in the Hooters car, as ridiculous as that sounds. He's finished runner-up like, I don't know, 10 freaking times in it probably. I mean, I remember the Night Owl car. He was about to win Bristol. That was the one with him and Harvick. Had a really good car at Homestead. Didn't win in that Night Owl car. Didn't win in the Hooters car in 2017 when Kenseth passed him late in the race. Trying to remember how many other times he's been. I mean, Chicago Street Race ran third in a Hooters car. Like, he's been close. He's just never won in it. He won the Mountain Dew car, though. That was the thing. He had broke the Mountain Dew curse that had gone on for, like, God, was it like 20 years at that point or something? Like, Mountain Dew hadn't been the primary sponsor on a winning car. Even when Junior won, it was always a different sponsor, like AMP or the Dark Knight, but it was never just pure Mountain Dew. McDonald's was another one. Bubba broke that curse. That lasted a while. I bet there's some fun ones. I kind of want to find out how many other sponsor curses there have been where a sponsor couldn't win even after being hyper competitive that entire time. That'd be a fun one to look at. All right, so he's got about 17 laps till he has to pit. I still really like this strategy. Like I said, he's given up very minimal time to Kyle Larson, like a couple seconds, but that should still be enough to stay on the lead lap. So I do like his odds of being able to stay on the lead lap at the end by the end of the stage. Yeah, I think Texas is long enough. He should be able to stay on the lead lap with it. And a caution has come out. Boom! It paid off. 18 cars on the lead lap. Let's just pray he's not the caution. Who's the caution? Where's the caution? Oh, I swear, if I just clap for Chase Elliott being crashed, it's Jimmy. Oh, man, Jimmy. Oh, no. It was Jimmy. Okay, it was Jimmy. This is why you gamble. Because sometimes it works. Oh, man, look at Jimmy. He was able to hold that. Honestly, this car isn't for Jimmy. He should run more Xfinity, honestly. I think Jimmy would have more fun running Xfinity than the Cup cars. Because, yes, there's a lack of power, but these have no power either, and they're stuck, and they drive like crap. Like, I think Jimmy would love to go run Xfinity. But, yeah, he should be able to run Xfinity. Yep, hit the bumps and got loose, but... Man, I'm telling you, this is why you freaking gamble. Because sometimes it works. Kyle Larson now has 15 laps on his tires. Do you want to stay out on 15-lap-old tires? With 30 laps to go on the stage? You know, like, Chase Elliott's guaranteed. He was running 21st before the whole cycle of pit stops. He's guaranteed to be no worse than 18th. No worse. And that's basically under the assumption that he's the only guy that pits. If he pits and a bunch of follow, he's probably going to beat him off pit road. But like that was a track position gamble well worth it. This is what I like about a crew chief that does the strategy. Because even if it hadn't worked, at least you tried. At least you tried something. Like, this is why I wanted people to stay out at Richmond and take 2 tires and do crazy, weird crap and try something wild out of the box. Because fun stuff happens. And now, I mean, Todd Gilliland, Chase Elliott, Austin Hill, Daniel Hemrick, all their days are about to get way better. Those are cars that were outside the top 25, top 20. They were not going to have good days where they were running. They had to do something to jump the track position. All right. Well, we know Chase is coming. We know Todd's coming. So let's see who else comes to pit road. What got into Alan Gustafson today? He woke up feeling like a champion. Maybe it's because I qualified so poorly. I don't know. Had to be something like that. Speaking to Jimmy, I was taking apart, or I recently went through and was like getting all of these event pins like counted because I haven't done an inventory to see what I have on hand. And so I went through and I had to go back and find a bunch of pins out of cars because I need to count those too to make sure I have them. So pulled a couple out of some Jimmy cars and things like that. And for some reason there was a car I thought I still had and I don't. It sold a while back, but I ended up finding a different one that I needed to get a pin for. But anyway, Jimmy Johnson reminded me because I have his Texas win from 2017. First race on the new repave, and I remember I actually picked him in fantasy that day because I said, it's Jimmy Johnson and Chad Knaus on a repave. Like, I think those are the best odds you could possibly have. And that's exactly what happened. And so, I was pretty proud of that. He literally didn't look good at all in 2017, and then rattled off 3 wins, and then turned around and came back out, and it was just like, we just missed the pit stops. What? Oh my gosh. I mean, I get it. It wasn't like a huge wad came to pit road, but we missed it. Fox. Oh my gosh. If anything, you wait until now, after these cars have pitted, and they're going to do wave rounds and some other things like that. Like, there will be multiple other things. This would have been when you go back to commercial. I can't believe they missed. Wow. Okay, well, anyway, so a bunch of cars stayed out. Elliott and about probably 7 or 8 cars pitted. So I think Chase is going to come out somewhere around 12th-ish. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cars. So 9 cars out of 18. He'll come out somewhere around 9th or 10th. Add it to the list. Yeah, exactly. Add it to the list where Fox is just dropping the ball blatantly. Oh, Truex is back down with a potential loose wheel. Well, looks like Chase will start in 9th. And like I said, his tires will be about 15 laps fresher than everybody else. So we'll see if that really makes a difference. Like I said, we looked earlier, and tires don't mean squat. So we'll find out on the restart if the tires make a difference or not. And Truex stalled it. Not like it matters, but we'll find out if that tire difference is big or not, or if it, if it's overcomable. We'll see. I think if he can get the high lane running, there's opportunity to make some moves, but especially on the restart when everyone's in dirty air. Okay. Well, the good news is for Truex, it's only 27 laps, so just don't get lapped and he'll be fine. Downside is he did lose all that track position and he has no chance to make it up until the stage. All right, looking here. Ty Gibbs is coming in. Loose wheel on Ty Gibbs' car. Okay. So that's big. Man, that's a tough break for Ty Gibbs because he's going to give up 3rd and go clear to the back with Truex. So that's going to be a problem. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. The 5-lug wheels on the Xfinity car. The tires have an inner liner. It helps them save the car if they have a flat. They don't just immediately wipe out and smash the wall. Like, there's just all these little things about the Xfinity car that's better. It's softer. It has crumple zones that allow cars to hit the wall or scrape the wall, but if they smoke the wall, they are done. And that's okay. If you smoke the wall, I don't want the driver taking that impact. I don't want the driver getting hurt. And the thing is, they could take the Xfinity car and stiffen the body if they wanted to. Just stiffen the body up a little bit and help a little with some of it. But at the end of the day, if you smoke a car, you deserve to be out of the race. You got smoked. There's no bent toe links in that car. I don't know. I love the Xfinity car. It is literally the best. The gun broke. What gun? Oh, the pit gun broke. I see what you're saying. I didn't catch that. I wasn't sure what you were referring to. I just saw you chat the gun broke, and I wasn't sure what we were referencing. Oh, Cindric missed the corner. That's nice. Be an extra spot for Chase. Oh, good. He'll get some stage points. This is why you gamble, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you do that type of thing. Yes, yes. So Larson away with the lead. Bell and then Reddick. Then we got a battle side by side with Hamlin and Byron. That is for 4th. Then we got Briscoe 6th. Oh, sorry. It's a battle for 4th. 4th, 5th. 6th is Briscoe. 7th is Chase. So Hamlin will take that spot in corners 1 and 2. And Briscoe going to look at bring the fight to Byron. And he's going to go sliding right by. I think there's some side drafting going on. Yep, they're going to run side by side through the corner here. Ooh, that is tight. That was really tight. I wish Texas had more than one groove. It would be so fun. You could see the run he had, but he got to duck back in line because there's no second lane in 1 and 2. I think with more power they might be able to have a second lane. Yeah, when someone finally hits a wheel and sends it up into the grandstand, I'm going to not laugh because it'll be a tragic thing to have happen, but I will be very, very frustrated because it's one of those things like, hey, we've seen this coming. You had like ample warning and you ignored it, and that's what happens when you ignore all the warnings. So that's I think more what would drive me nuts is like, hey, you had warnings and you ignored all of them, and that's frustrating. Ooh, Hamlin stuck his nose on Reddick. He was able to keep his fender out of line, but he wasn't able to get close enough. Wow, Denny is moving pretty good. So Denny's car looks pretty good on the refire. I'll give him that. That Yahoo car. I don't think he's ever won in the Yahoo car yet, so that'd be pretty cool. Battle for 11th between Gilliland and Bubba Wallace. Side by side again. Oh, just got a notification. The Pirates can raise the Jolly Roger. Split the series with the Phillies. Okay, so that's that. Trying to see any other updates in the running order. Don't see anything too crazy. I will give a shout out to Daniel Hemrick running 15th, Austin Hill in 16th. Now they took strategy to get there, but hey, good strategy call is good strategy call. It can still get you there. Did Allen actually do a strategy? No, not even a good strategy, Jeff. Did he actually do a strategy other than just follow everybody else? Like, that's the thing. Because I'm okay with trying something and it not working out. Because I can at least go, hey, at least you tried, right? You know? At least you tried. I can live with that. I was okay with he gets to the end of the fuel window, pits, comes out absolute tail of the lead lap, and finishes the stage in 18th. Not ideal, but it's kind of like, okay, like, you tried something. I give you the props. Because on the downside, like, you weren't going to race your way up to where is he running now? 7th? You weren't going to race your way up to 7th. So, you know, that's the gamble. It was like, you know, if it works, we go to 7th. If it doesn't work, we're probably going to stay in 18th. And if we don't do it, we're probably going to end up in 18th. Like, a very low, what do you call it? A low risk. It was a low risk strategy. And that's why I'm, like, it drives me nuts when guys don't try that stuff. It's a low risk. Go for it. You don't have as much risk. Brad Keselowski did that at Coda. He pitted with 2 laps to go and lost 3 spots. But he had fresh tires. So if a caution comes out, a bunch of people pit, he gets to jump all of them. I like that. Gamble 3 spots. Okay, if this doesn't work, we lose 3 spots. If it does work, we're going to be the first car on fresh tires, which could be a top 5 spot. Like, good gamble. You're weighing your options instead of looking at how can I get the best possible finish. It's what gamble can I take to potentially flip my day to something really, really good. Instead of looking at, like, if you're Ross Chastain right now, he's in 10th. Instead of looking at, well, how can I beat the guys around me to get to 5th? Instead looking at more like, oh, wait, how can I flip strategy to get the lead? How can I flip and make a big jump? You know, how can I jump my way to the front of the field? That's the type of gamble I want to see. Yeah, I think if I'm Alan Gustafson under this caution, I'm doing 2 right side tires. You know, you're gonna have roughly 30 left side laps on your tires, but that doesn't bother me as much. 30 laps on your left side tires, if you can get the clean air, is worth it. Because it shows, I mean, You know, he's got 15 lap fresher tires than everyone else. He's not going anywhere. And it's not just him. It's all the way through the field. You see, there's nobody really falling through the field on old tires. Cindric lost all his spots in the first lap, so he dropped all the way to 14th, but he's sat in 14th since he got there. So, yeah, tires mean nothing today, so I would definitely do a 2-tire and try to go even further to the front. And if it doesn't work, you just do what the other guys did. Stop early. Short pit the stint and try to jump that way. There's Samu. I guess Chase is getting inside of Byron. But anyway, I actually really like Daniel Suarez's Kubota car. I think that's one of the best looking cars on the racetrack today. I think the thing I really like about the Kubota car is just the amount of bright orange on that car looks really good. Like, I thought Chastain's had okay amount of black, but I thought it just looked way better when it had a ton of orange. Well, Byron, he'll slide back in. I was going to say, I thought Byron about maybe lose 2 spots if he hadn't been so stubborn and just pull back in. But he'll get back in line just in time before Blaney, so that moves Chase into the 6th spot. And now you're actually talking to the point where it's like, well, maybe now with the tires he's sitting on, he might be able to just take 4 tires and go with everybody else, because now he's racing with leaders. But I still like the idea of trying to get the front. I want front row clean air. It just looks like you're faster with it. So 10 to go in the stage. Don't see any huge movement. I wish Chase, or Case IH, would sponsor a car. Red and black would look really good. Or silver. Remember, Case has a lot of silver in them. But yeah, there's a lot of colors you can go with on a Case. I feel like Case would be the red and silver. They do have a decent amount of black trim, but I know they got the big silver wheels. Ooh, Blaney might be getting the top to work. Yeah, he will. He's going to rip right by William Byron. So got the top working. All right, going to take a look at the lap timer here real quick. Yeah, nobody's showing any major speed up or down of anyone else. All right, so we're talking 8 laps to go in the stage. Sorry, John Deere fans. Dude, John Deere they have an ugly, ugly color combination. Brand loyalty, all those kind of things are fine, but green and yellow are 2 gross colors. And I would say the same thing if it was beige, brown. Like, there are certain colors you just associate with, green, yellow, brown, probably like a dark tinted or like a really dark orange. Like, there's some of those colors that they remind you of, like, bodily fluids, things you throw up, things that you expel. So I think that's like a natural human thing to not like certain colors. But like I said, yeah, green and yellow. I don't think Deere has bad. I think their logo is actually pretty cool. But yeah, their color combination. Ugh. If they could have done like a green and a white and a silver, it would probably look really, really good. I mean, green and white even looks good. Look at the Interstate Batteries cars. That's green, red, and white, and it looks really good. Burnt orange is nice. I'm talking like a not even full orange. It's like, it's kind of gross almost, the type of orange you're talking. You know, the thing that looks like somebody vomited up ketchup. You know, just, ugh, nobody wants to see that. Noah's starting to take a look at the 22. I'll say this. I watched that first stage. Noah looks like he's got a hang on this 1.5 mile racing. He looks like he's very, very comfortable with pulling the moves you have to pull on 1.5 mile tracks in the next gen. He does look very comfortable in that role. Four laps to go, so if he gets 6, that's 5 stage points. Nice bonus. Obviously, you'd like to just get the checkered flag and lock yourself in for, the future, but hey, every point matters, right? We remember that from last year. New Holland's Fords. Dude, I actually, that's what we call them. It's New Holland white. We call it Ford white on a paint code that we have, so I definitely get it. Dude, I mean, I hate to say like poor Jimmy, but honestly, this is kind of a thing where it's like, Jimmy, these cars are not built for you. Like, this car is literally built to take away the advantages he had as a driver, which were he could drive it off the right rear, he could drive it on edge, he could keep the car in control, he could maneuver the car. This car doesn't have those options. Like, this car is just, it took all that driver skill out, and so for him, it's like, I mean, go run Xfinity. Go run a car that still does use those traits that you're so good at. You know, that's what I look at. Is like, go run the traits that you can actually run. The cars that or the cars that run and operate with the traits you're good at. I think they just got to the final lap. Yeah, we got a full lap within there. So Larson's going to win another stage, by the way. He is piling up playoff points quick. Even though they're not through the wins, he's getting them through the playoff points, but he's still doing it. He got one last week. He's going to get another one this week. But it still looks like the Gibbs cars, if they get out front, might be the ones to beat. So it's going to be Larson, Bell, then it's going to be Hamlin and Reddick. Then it's going to be Briscoe, Blaney, Elliott, McDowell, Byron, and Wallace. So McDowell getting up to 8th. Good. I told you I thought he would point his way in. He had a couple real rough weeks there, though. Man, short tracks for that 34 bunch are definitely a weak point. And they had Bristol, Martinsville, and Richmond all just clustered in there, plus the issue they had at Coda. And so he's back in the points a ways, but I still think he's going to point his way in. Give us some more road courses where he can pull some strategy. He'll get the points. He'll get there. Now, if they try to just go win the whole way out, like, I don't think they're going to make it. They cannot rely on a win. I think they can point their way in. If they choose to stay out at stage ends and steal the stage points at road courses, they will make it. But if they don't choose to do that, they won't make the playoffs. I do not think they're going to win. Because the only thing that helped them last year was the fact that there were no stage breaks. The no stage breaks helped them a lot because anytime there was pit stops, it was under green. And if they had a slight hiccup, it didn't get them run over. Because when you go under pit under yellow, everyone's within a second of you. Like, you miss a second on pit road, it's 5 cars. But if you have a 2-second lead on the racetrack when you get to pit road, you can make a 1-second mistake and still hold the lead. Yeah, that's generally how it works. Is it's a Ford and everything but name because that's just how they kind of move things on. They just buy the thing, slap a new label on it, but they generally manufacture it that way. Future investments in those machines are going to focus more on integration with their other equipment. But we'll see. I think the future of farming will be in a weird state here coming up because if everyone gets dead set on the brands because the brands all talk to each other, that's going to be bad because then one brand kind of has you suckered in and you have to pay what they tell you versus being able to install second-party equipment. I say equipment, technology. So instead of having to buy a Deere planter, you can actually buy whatever planter you want and then use software to run all your machines together. And the software can then access those pieces of equipment. It'd be like buying a PC, building a PC, and then they tell you can't put any operating system you want in it. You have to put ours in. No, I don't think so. Like, eventually someone's going to have open source stuff that you can just plug all this stuff into, and that'll be the future. People may think it'll be like you'll get to one brand and you'll just be all one brand, but because of cost controls, it's always going to be the more freedoms, the more options, the more customization, the more likely you are for that to actually be a payoff. Speaking to Kyle Larson, I got the Kyle Larson double set in this week. Yeah, I sent mine back. I didn't like it. I didn't like the liquid, and it was so bad I sent it back. Because I'm still going to get one, but I'm going to get it at the racetrack because I can go get an IndyCar diecast for less than what that set was. And I liked the idea of Kyle Larson's liquid color NASCAR, but it was, sorry about that. It was too, it was ARC. I wanted an Elite, so. All right, so we're getting ready for pit stops here. Fifth grade spelling bee runner-up. All right, that's good. I'll give you that one. Yeah, I think I still like the idea of doing 2 tires if I'm Chase. I think the clean air is worth it. Like, get out there and go charge corners and aim for clean air. Like, I like the idea. Now, he does have, 32 laps. 32 laps on those tires, so maybe it's not worth it, but I don't know. I like the idea of just being aggressive and trying to hunt that clean air and get up front. Then again, a really good pit stop for him might be enough. Because all these other guys have to put 50 laps worth of fuel in. He also has to put 30. So maybe they'll have to wait on fuel. But we will see. Pit stops are coming up. I hope. I hope. Speaking of which, this is another thing. We're going to get these hats listed on the website, so anyone looking for these, they do not ship right away because I don't have them. I'm going to get an order in, and I'm going to put a whole, so however many people want, then I'll put the order in for them. But I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do the one in black. Now, I don't think the black one's going to look as good, though, because this logo is a dark logo. Oh. Ryan Blaney just stayed out. Well, that's something. I'm actually very interested to see Blaney's strategy here. Chase is doing 4. Not ideal, but... Oh, crap. People around him are doing 2. He is going to beat Denny out, but he's not going to beat Truex. So he's going to gain some spots on pit road. Truex must have taken 2. I like that call. I like Truex with 2 tires. Chase gained 3 spots under 4 tires. But Ryan Blaney stayed out, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. Cindric took 2. Blaney didn't pit. Anyone else? Oh, Bob Lamani. Okay. So, yeah, when we get back, I'm going to do a quick ad plug real quick. And then I'm going to grab a refreshment. Actually, wait. I still got enough weight in it. Should be good there. That's Byron. Okay. Yeah, I don't need to hit an ad. Actually, I'll hit an ad anyway, but I'm going to stay here. I'm not going anywhere. Looks like 2 cars at the moment stayed out. It's going to be Blaney and Hill. Oh, boy. Yike. I would not want to follow the 33 in. If Blaney picks the bottom, which I expect him to, and Hill takes the top. Oh, we're going to have a lot of cars on old tires here. Oof. Ooh. The thing is, I'm kind of tempted to go wherever the cars on old tires aren't. So if it's Blaney Hill, then it's Buescher Gibbs, like 1, 2, 3, 4, then I would just run up like normal. But if it's Blaney Hill, and then Buescher and Gibbs take the bottom, I'm Truex, I got to go high. Larson got to go high. And then if I'm Elliott, I got to go high too, because I don't want to get stuck behind the old tire cars. I don't know. We'll see. Strategy is an option today, though. That is for sure. I mean... Denny Hamlin didn't really do anything too bad. He lost a couple spots on pit road, but he came in 3rd and came out 9th because 4 cars stayed out, plus you add in those other 2 cars that got by you, plus you got to factor in Martin Truex taking 2 tires, and all of a sudden, well, that's 7 spots, and now he's in 9th. I would get a hat, but not my size. I wear medium/large. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how these work, because these are the flex fits. They go small, medium, and medium. Or no, sorry, they go, small, medium, and large, extra large. So the good news is I will measure them up and see exactly, because I know these do fit a little different, but this flex fit brand seems to be pretty consistent. So we're going to try that, and then I might have an extra in each size in case one's not quite right. But yeah, I think the white one's going to be the better option. One, because if it's sunny out at the racetrack, the white doesn't soak up the sun. But 2, also if you look at the logo, you know, I can change the lettering to white, but this up here is a very dark logo. Like, it's kind of, you know, you got this dark fade here, and then kind of some white edges. And like I said, black will work, but actually, let me show you guys. Let me pull up my, my logo here. So my invert logo. Oh, there you go. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's what it looks like on black. But like I said, this logo really does blend in, especially if you add in like a black hat. It's probably going to blend in pretty close. So again, somebody wants black, I'll make it, because all I have to do is select the color and it does the rest. But it is kind of a black on black clash. It works for my channel. Actually, this is the gray one. I want just the white one. But anyway, nonetheless, that's one of the functions or features. So. Oh, and Zane Smith dragged the gas can out. Well, he's at the back anyway. It ain't gonna hurt him. He ain't going anywhere. He's already back there. All right, the choose. Okay, here. Okay, interesting. So here are the way they chose: Blaney low, Hill high, Gibbs high, Buescher low, Truex low, Larson and Elliott high, and then Christopher Bell got low. Interesting. Brad's not having a good day. Keep an eye on Noah Gragson, by the way, guys. He has been electric on restarts. I'm very curious to see where he ends up. 16th, oof. I expect the 33 to not be able to hold with Blaney and Buescher, but I also expect the 54 potentially to move him 3 wide. So we'll see. With FlexFit, well, there's a measuring scale, luckily, so I'll list it when I get all the details ready with it. Restart underway. Oh, Hill's got a good run into turn 1. Let's see what happens. Ooh, that was tight. Ty Gibbs just cut the nose off the 17. Fox missed it because they can't get their stupid cameras to zoom out. Unfortunately, it's classic Fox to do that. Zoom! Oh my God, Fox. My God. If you guys could see, there was a fly that was dead on the front corner of Austin Hill's car. They're zoomed in so close, you can't even get the whole car in frame. Meanwhile, there's a side-by-side battle with Hamlin and I believe Truex going on, but we're missing it because these idiots don't know how to operate cameras. I'm about to that point where I'm just like, I'm done being nice about it. Good Lord, Fox. It's literally your job. Like, how do you miss that? Oh, that's right. Truex is on 2 tires, so that's also probably affecting part of that. You know, part of his struggle is that he is on only 2 tires versus 4. Ooh, big run for Byron through that corner. Oh, but he arrow washed, and he got back in it. He's good. So Larson is up to 3rd on the fresh tires, but he is currently stuck behind Austin Hill. We'll see how he's able to get by there. Maybe we'll see. Right now they're watching the battle between Byron and Bell. Not a bad battle, by the way. This is actually an okay battle. He'll clear by the backstretch, but I would just, you know, I'd like to see it. Ooh, Bell looking for the crossover. Not going to get there. And they're all on 4 tires. I'm a little curious why he was getting so close to being able to rotate that. Larson to the high side of Hill. He's going to go right by. Nah, he's going by him like he's standing still. I mean, clear by the whole length of the backstretch, and then off he goes. Now we're zoomed in on the back of bumper of Kyle Larson's car, trying to see where he's running. Looks like Austin Hillman. There might be a battle. I can't tell. It's so frustrating, man. So Hamlin will snag that spot. Oh, man, he got right to the inside of Buescher, too. So Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson, I think at the moment, those are the cars I think have the best. They have the best cars. Like I'm gonna put my money on those guys. I think they're the best two cars today. I think Bell is good. I think Truex is good. I think Byron's good. But those are the two like cars I put above the others. Yeah, I believe I have Talladega next week. So throw this whole style of racing out the window. So Austin Hill has actually maintained pretty well. He's fallen to 6th so far, but overall, that's not too bad. Meanwhile, Ryan Blaney does still hold a half-second lead on Kyle Larson, but I imagine in the next lap or so, we're about to find out just how good new versus old tires are. Ooh, wow, Truex barely cleared, but he did get the 7th spot. He didn't have it by much, but he kind of squeezed in there and took it. The Truex of 3 years ago would never have done that. Like, this is part of what you have to do in this car, is you got to squeeze. Another car, oh, he tried to, Chastain just squeezed McDowell, but McDowell did not let him go, so McDowell going to go to the inside. So we got a little action. This old tire mix is kind of helping with that a little bit. Yeah, they're going to stay side by side. I'm very interested, too. I want to find out, just looking at the laps, yeah. Larson's going to get there pretty quick, but Hamlin is the car on fresh tires with Larson, and he's running in 3rd. And remember, Ryan Blaney, he's on older tires, and so he's actually hitting 50 laps on his tires. Like, he's going to be in the next 25 laps. Maybe 30 because of the caution. He might have been able to save, but 25, 30 laps, he'll be in. So, yeah, he'll be pitting about midway through the stage, though. Like, I like his idea. That's a good plan to get the track position. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Larson's going to get to him before then. Byron up to 6th. Oh, we got caution. What's our caution for? Well, we missed a caution. Bubba messed up. Oh, did Bubba crash? Oh, he just fell from 15th, 20th, but we have a caution. I'm not sure what it is. 65 to go in the stage. They can make it from here on fuel. So I imagine this will be the caution. You'll see potentially some 2 tires, some gas and goes. They've only been on the racetrack for, I mean, let's see, lap 83 to lap 100. That's, oh, Bowman. So Bowman had the crash. They've been on the track for about 15 laps. Oh! Christopher Bell's in this. No, I'm just mad that we missed it. Really? Okay, so Bell got loose on his own and backed it into the fence. Meanwhile, looks like, did Bowman just Arca brake? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I thought Bowman Arca braked this. Watch John Hunter in this, guys. Fox, for crying out loud. Your camera guy missed. And then he zoomed in, so we missed. Oh my God. All right. Good Lord. Oh man, Bowman and Nemechek both had Arca brakes galore there. Oh man, that That's kind of funny. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we didn't get to see it in full because the camera guy thought the first thing he should do. Actually, Bowman didn't have ARCA brakes. He got spun right away. So I'm not going to blame Bowman as much there. I thought he just completely missed, but it looks like the 42 just did not hit the brakes as fast as anyone else. But, dude, the camera sees the spin, and then immediately his first instinct is zoom all the way in. Like, imagine this car right here. You know, it spins on the racetrack, and your first instinct is zoom all the way in. And all of a sudden, you're like, oh, a car spun right next to him. I missed it because I was zoomed in too far. Like, what are you doing? You can see it barely on the top of the screen, but yeah, like, oh, yeah. See, now, the 42, he ARCA braked. The 48 got spun, so I'm not sure if that's on the 48 or not. You know, that might not be the 48's fault. That might have been the 42. But watch the 42. You see it on the onboard here. Spin happens. He guns it and goes low. He guns it and goes low and then just smokes the car. Like, the car right in front of him got stopped. So that's on Nemechek. I don't know what Nemechek was doing there, man. That was, yeah, that was not good. I don't know what spun Bowman, though. But regardless, the spin part from Nemechek is 100% on him. Like I said, the car in front of him got slowed down and missed. He just didn't. He just decided to weave. Like I said, they can definitely make it on fuel from here. And like, if there's no more cautions and you decide to stay out, you're screwed. Now, here's what I will say. Shout out Noah Gragson. What I mentioned before. Watch him. He's up to 14th. I'm telling you, that 10 car's quick today. Keep an eye on him. I'm not going to be surprised if he snags top 10 out of this. He has been really, really good on restarts and making his way forward. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the strategy game. If I'm Chase Elliott, oddly enough, I'm pitting for 4 tires and fuel, no matter what. I'm not going to stay out and hope for a yellow. I've got a top 5 car. I'm in top 5 positioning. I don't want to screw that up. However, if I am Michael McDowell, McDowell needs the points. If I am Austin Cindric on back, I'm staying out because I'm going to gamble and say, hey, I just pitted like 20 laps ago. I can run another 40 laps. A caution is going to come out in that time, and then I'll pit. So we'll see. I don't know. Oh, a lot of strategy taking place. A lot of 2 tires or fuel onlys. Blaney and Byron went with the tires. Oh, that 42 just drives me nuts, man. What was he doing? I mean, as much crap as we gave Noah Gragson last year, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. They just showed a replay. Well, yeah, they showed a replay about 2 minutes after it happened, and then even in the replay, the camera was zoomed in too far and missed it. So they had to go to the third camera. The third camera caught it, barely. So that one at least got us a view of it. But, hey, Fox is a professional broadcast company. I've watched them do football games. They're not bad. Their NASCAR crew needs some major help. They have not been very good at all this year. And it stems back to last year and further, but, I mean, especially this year, like, people have started to take that note and shown, yeah, there's problems here. So, yeah, I won't apologize to Fox. Nope, not until they actually make strides to make it better. Looks like Todd Gilliland stayed out, by the way. I like it. Where did Todd Gilliland come from? I think he was running outside the top 20. Love it. Good call. Go for it. Go for something. Like, you never know what'll happen. You might get lucky. You might not. It might go either way, but it's worth the risk for sure. So Todd Gilliland is going to have roughly 20 laps on his tires when they go green. So not as many as Blaney last time. And Blaney was able to hold the lead. So I do think he's going to be all right up front. Now, if he gets swallowed up right away and gets into dirty air, he may drop, not like a rock. Texas is too, it's too friendly to not passing. So he's not going to get ripped apart. But I do think if he gets shoved kind of 3 wide up out of the groove, yeah, he could drop like a rock. But otherwise, if he just sticks to the bottom, guys will go around him on the outside one at a time. But I don't think he'll drop clear to the back of the lead lap or anything. 42 car might just be cursed. It really might. Remember, Kyle Larson had like 4, 5, 6 wins in that thing total. 6 wins in like 5 seasons. Let's see, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And we're not going to count 20. So 6 seasons. He had 6 wins in 6 seasons in that car. Obviously, he's more than capable. And yes, some of it was Chip Ganassi racing, but he also had some crap luck. I mean, there were a lot of races he should have won and he didn't. That 42 car, it might be a cursed number. It just might be. Nematode. Oh, gosh, I like that nematode. I might be good at that one, nematode. There's Nemachoke. It might be, but Nematode's pretty good. And Bowman is heading to the garage. So his clock has expired. Off he goes. So, as I was expecting, Gilliland took the bottom and Larson took the top. Hamlin took the top. Truex took the bottom. Elliott took the top. McDowell took the bottom. So, clearly the gamble they're expecting right now is that they're basically saying, without saying, Gilliland will not be faster than Kyle Larson, and Larson and Hamlin expect to go and probably clear him by the end of the backstretch. And Elliott, running in the third row, is saying, I have a better shot in the third row outside than third row inside behind that. So, woohoo, little contact. Pit road was crowded, man. Here's my question, if you're NASCAR. How the heck are these pit boxes so small still? Like, legitimately. We went from a 43 car pit road to like 40 at most. So, did they not take that extra space and like try to just make all the boxes bigger? Or did they just leave them all the same size? Because they might have, I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, we should probably just have the bigger pit boxes. Because I do notice there's a lot of collisions on pit road. Some of that's just natural to pit road, but there's other parts of it where you're like, hey, that you could definitely do better. All right, on the restart. 2 by 2 as they head down to turn 1. As expected, Larson will clear. Oh, we got some contact between some Gibbs cars back here, and we're missing the battle for the lead. Okay, 2 screen this, guys. I think Larson went to the lead. I mean, I'm glad that everyone made it. Like, this is definitely action, but all right. Okay, something happened. The 2 of them got clear. Elliott got pushed 3 wide, and he's now in 7th. I'd like to know how... Chastain, I already know he did it. I already know who did it. It was Chastain. I already know. Somehow on the backstretch, yeah, Chase went from 4th to 8th, and I knew something had to have happened back there. And then once I saw Chastain's nose wiggling, I knew it had to be Chastain. So I don't know exactly what it was, but I already know who it is. All right, Truex is going to get by, and he'll take that spot from Hamlin. So it'll be Larson, Truex, Hamlin. Then Chad Gilliland has actually settled into 4th pretty well. Noah Gragson in 16th. We'll see what he can do on this next restart. Meanwhile, there's still a long way to go. They have to run this fuel tank pretty much empty to get to the end of the stage. So they will have a full load of fuel, but a full run on these tires as well. So Elliott drops to 10th. Definitely a bad restart. Like I said, not a bad restart. He looked like he had a good spot, but I think something happened in turns 1 and 2 because we missed it because of the incident and we didn't get a C. But there was definitely, like I said, he was looking to the outside of Gilliland and all of a sudden ended up in 8th. So I'd like to have known what happened, but again, I can't blame Fox too much because they did show the cars in turns 1 and 2 have that contact and go way up the hill. I just wanted to see exactly what happened up front that caused, that type of a stack up. Oh, Ryan Preece, he's up into 13th. All of a sudden, SHR is top 15, all 4 of them. Now, they're 15th, 14th, 13th, and 11th, so they're not in the top 10, but they're all outside the top 10, so it's something. Looks like Blaney's going to get that spot from Chastain. He is on the freshest tires at the moment. But Todd Gilliland settled into 4th and has not been passed since. Like, Reddick's gotten by Chastain, but no one's gotten by Gilliland since he dropped to 4th on the restart. Oh, now they're literally 12th through 15th. How perfect. They're literally they're in a straight line. The SHR cars. Who else we got? Oh, we got Smith and LaJoy. Oh, no, they were 2 Spire cars running against each other. Now there's someone in between them. That's Stenhouse. Ooh. I think Truex is pulling a little bit of the air block here. Just so you guys know, cloud cover just hit Texas, so do not be shocked if suddenly different cars are suddenly faster, because there is a pretty big track temp change about to happen. I mean, it's not surprising to me the top 3 are the top 3 in the standings, because at the end of the day, whoa, Truex really missed the corner. Oh, and then we got a spin. Woo! Carson Hocevar. Now, he didn't hit the wall, but he definitely spun her around. And this is exactly what Todd Gilliland probably didn't want to see, because now there's only 10 laps since they last were on pit road. So he would have wanted this thing to go about 30 laps before that. And now what do you do? You know, if you're Todd Gilliland, you're in 4th. Do you really want to forfeit your track position? We will see. Let's see what happened on the incident. Oh, looks like Kyle may have just gotten to the back of him. He may have thrown a bad block. We'll see. That may be a bad block, because Kyle typically doesn't just run you over unless you either blocked the crap out of him or you did something stupid. But he didn't wreck him, or he didn't, like, tear the car up. I'd like to see I'd like to have a full onboard. Like, give me the onboard for the last lap and a half. All right, so that is, I believe, Todd Gilliland's crew. No, that's a Haas tool. Pit road is open. Nobody. No takers. Okay, so no takers. None. Well, I'll hit the add button as well then, and we'll be right back. A good chance for me to catch a break. heck? Kyle Larson just lost a tire. What in the world? How did that come loose after 15, 20 laps of racing? I mean, he drove to the front, led the race. Like, how in the world? I hate this car. What have I said? I hate this car. What have I said again? Hate this car. So Larson's getting 4 tires and fuel, trying to see what happened. But, man, it's wild that, I mean, you know, if it happened in the first lap or two, sure. But that sucker stayed on there for, good grief, what was the last time they pitted? 102. They stayed on there for 15 laps. 15 laps, and it just randomly came off? Like, that's weird. You know, they do make a system, though, like this that's actually better because what it does is uses 5 individual lug nuts. It's this all new age technology where they said instead of 1 fail-safe, we have 5 fail-safes. And if 1 fails, we still are okay with the other 4. But it's this new technology. The engineers have called it the 5 lug technique. It's kind of probably been patented in a few states and stuff, but we'll see. It's very new age. It's very coming of age. So we'll see if that becomes more trendy or not. But we'll find out later on, I suppose. All right, off to the restart we go. Looks like we've got... Oh, what do we got here on the bottom? Chastain washing up. Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex are going to be ones battling here for the lead. Ooh, Chastain just about fenced Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney is not going to be happy about that. So he's going to be 2 laps down and at the tail for that one, unfortunately. Well, if anyone can do it, it's Kyle Larson. Let's see here. So Ryan Blaney, I'm interested to see if he's going to cut Chastain any breaks, because I know he and Chastain have gotten into it a number of times this last year, and it's gotten to the point where he's just sick and tired of dealing with him. So if I would not be shocked if we... Oh, Josh Berry is around! And just like that, Kyle Larson has an opportunity... Wait, no, he doesn't. Who's all lap down here? Hold up. Ah! What are we doing? What are we dealing with here? What the heck? That stupid ad. Come on, NASCAR. There we go. All right. Free pass is Jimmy Johnson, 33rd. Kyle Larson is 2 laps down. As of right now, it says Bell and Kaz Grala are a lap down. Noah Gragson, P14. I said, I imagine most of these guys are going to stay out the entire stage. Although, if you're Todd Gilliland, eventually you will need fuel. So at what point, if you're Todd Gilliland, do you just bite it and say, all right, I'm coming this time? No, Stenhouse. Classic Stenhouse, what can I say? Is this a good or boring race? It is... For Texas standards, it's good. For NASCAR standards, I still think right now, objectively, still a good race. It's not terrible. It's not great. This is not Bristol. This is not, you know, edge of your seat stuff. But it's not bad. This is what I would just call... it's above average, though. I'm not even going to give it a negative. It's above average so far. Now, I would like them to speed the pacing up a little bit. Like here, we have a single car spin. He doesn't hit anything. We were just on pit road like a lap and a half ago. Like quickie yellow, that used to be a thing. They don't do those anymore because they want TV to get as many commercials out of the caution as possible. Well, in case you don't know, if you're a fan in the stands, and I know this from Bristol, when you have back-to-back-to-back yellows, it gets really boring really fast when you're watching 5 of 50 laps being run under, green and the rest are under caution. So I would like to see the pacing speed up from NASCAR race control, but yeah, like I said, outside of that, like, this has been a good race. It's just like when you have too many back-to-back yellows, it will start to get old for the crowd. At home, there's commercials, so we already get pulled out of the action constantly. But I just know that one. I think it was the truck race way back at Bristol. They had like 4 back-to-back yellows, and got to the point I remember thinking, like, well, do I just leave? This is awful. Like, man, I like racing, but when you don't see it for an hour straight, just waiting. Best driver in the world can't keep a tire on his car? Yeah. I think that might be the crew guy. Yeah, weird's a good way, but like I said, it's not a bad race. It's not bad. Like, it's watchable. This is not as bad as Phoenix earlier this year or Martinsville, where you're just kind of like, all right, sit here, nothing's gonna happen. Like, there's enough little stuff and there's enough tire strategy to help. Now you've got things like Larson's tire coming off and some other developments like that. So, I would say it's a good race. It's solid. It's not bad. Now, if this thing goes green, the whole third stage and everyone stays in a single file line, nobody pulls any strategy and there's nothing to see, then it's probably going to get downgraded. But through 2 stages so far, not bad. Not bad. Because we had strategy in stage 1, we had strategy at the end of stage 1, we had strategy partway through stage 2. Like, we've had a decent amount of, shakeups coming, which it's not bad. Someone agrees with you. Yes. I am excited though to see what he does at Indy this year. That's going to be an interesting. I don't think he's going to run as good as people think. Like, Indy is a whole nother animal. Running laps on your own, running fast is one thing, but then being able to go and understand the racecraft and the patience that's required. I mean, you think NASCAR is bad? Wait till you see what IndyCar drivers do. Like, they put you in a spot where it's like, lift or wreck, and they do it a lot. Like, NASCAR, they kind of do that. I mean, Denny did it to Larson the one time, and Larson chose to wreck. And in IndyCar, if you wreck at that high speed, you're going to feel it. And so, I hope it doesn't come down to that. I will say that's something I don't like about IndyCar is they kind of just let the car in front do whatever they want. As a guy I'm not a big Newgarden fan for that reason. When he's getting past, a lot of times he'll just run the guy off the racetrack to his outside, and the IndyCar stewards basically he had the right to the corner because he was in front when he started the corner. So the right to the corner in IndyCar means you can just run the guy out of room and put him in the fence, and I don't like that. I think if you hear car outside, you should leave a lane outside because there's a car there. That's just that's racing. You don't just wipe the car out on the outside of you because they're there. That's not good. That's my biggest gripe with Indy cars. It's already hard enough to pass. Then you add in the fact that you have to get fully clear by the corner, or they can just dive in there and wipe you out, and the stewards don't see an issue with it. That drives me nuts. All right, so it has been 22 laps since they pitted, with still 40 laps to go in the stage, 41. Again, no doubt about it, they can make it on fuel. Todd Gilliland, on the other hand, he's got another 20 or 15 laps. He might be saving enough to get there. There's been enough cautions, he might make it. I don't like that gamble, but he might make it work. All right, coming back to the green. I think if you're Kyle Larson, you'd pit there and then stay out and take your wave around so you get down to the 1 lap down mark. Because he's going to have to get down to 1 lap down before he's going to have any shot at a lucky dog. So I think that has to be step one, is pull some strategy to get down to 1 lap. So that's what I would do if I was Kyle Crew Chief. I think I'd pit on that yellow. I think he probably did anyway, but then the plan would be to stay out at the stage, take your wave around, and go from there. Ooh, Chastain looking to the inside. Good run through the corner. Also, shout out Michael McDowell. He's looking for 5th and a spot in the top 5. Right as I say that, his teammate chopped the nose. Oh, boy. Chastain just used up Tyler Reddick. He did not give him any choice. It was lift or wreck. Now, Chastain got loose, but yeah, he had no intentions of letting that spot go without a fight. So Reddick does get back to it. So 38 to go. Hamlin to the lead. Truex second. Chastain now takes 3rd. How does that work out for Chastain? How does he mess up and knock a car out of the groove and gain a spot? It drives me nuts because I'm like, how do you get rewarded for doing something like that? I don't like that. But he found his way to 3rd. It's Chastain, man. He just finds ways to do that kind of thing, and it works out for him. I can't blame him if it works. I don't have to like it, but he makes it work somehow. So as they currently run, it's Hamlin, Truex, Chastain, Gillen, McDowell. 2 front row cars in the top 5. How? And then the other question is, where the hell is RFK? 21st, 22nd, by the way. But still, where in the world are they? They have an alliance. Where'd they go? So 35 to go in the stage. I think Gillen's trying to save on fuel. He might make it. He might make it to the end of the stage. We'll see. I don't think Tyler's overly happy right now. It looks like he tried to go in and give the bumper to the 9, washed up, and then the 22 and the 24 just took those spots. That was, I think the side draft, he had a little contact, so that might be why he's a little ticked off. So that side draft might have been enough. Just that little bump in the corner panel might get you all squirreled up. So I want to see the leaderboard here. Here we go. Yes, so Bell is 1 lap, Larson is 2. So like I said, he will have to find a way to get down to the 1 lap down mark. And if they go the rest of the way under green, I still think he'll stay. Larson will stay on the 2 lap down mark, but I'm not sure if anyone else will get lapped in 33 laps. We'll see. It's their name, front row. I mean, yeah. And they're showing up. Not quite at the front row, but they're close. 32 to go. I'm trying to see, where did Gibbs ever cycle out? Ooh, 20s. Okay, so yeah, Gibbs still got some room to go. Or I guess 18th. So 32 laps to go. Gilliland and McDowell are actually running an interesting line combination. One's running low, one's running high, and they're basically taking all the air from both lanes behind it. So, and McDowell going to look to the inside of Gilliland. That is for 4th. What I tell you about McDowell, he's pointing his way in. I told you. He keeps his spot here. That's 7 more stage points. And he may not be done. He may go get Truex. Chase's Hooters car this year? seems dulled out. Well, I will find out because I actually have the Elite Premier coming of that car. So when I get that in, I will take a look at it. I did notice that when they shared the car on Twitter this week, it had a lot of sparkle in the orange, and they haven't had that. Like, the Hendrick cars have been pretty matte or gloss the last 2 years, and so there was some pretty good color in that car when I saw it. Front rowish racing. There we go. Or front rowish motorsports. But yeah, I will take a look at it when it comes in, because I'm definitely interested. I'm hoping. I haven't gotten any 2024s yet. In terms of, because I only get race wins and Chase Elliott cars, and so we're still waiting on the Elite Premier, because that's all I have for Elliott this year. I didn't get any of his other stuff. So soon, hopefully. I've seen Byron's out there. I've seen Larson's and Bowman's out there. Technically, I guess that the twin set for the 600 and the 500 is a 2024, but it is 2021, you know. All right, so as they run, I'm kind of keeping an eye on it, looking to see. Looks like, oh, we got another caution. Who is it? Where's Reddick? Reddick is 10th. It's not Reddick. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Josh Berry again? Christopher Bell. It's one or the other. Who is it? Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Who was it? It didn't say yet. I'm still looking. It's not Reddick. He's still good. Who is that? Barry. Oh, and this is going to end the day, isn't it? That's a hard hit. Yeah, Barry's done. I think he may have broke a toe link. The way that thing was all by itself way in the back when it spun, I think he broke something and then hit the wall hard. But end of the day for Barry, he had a decent run up until he got hit by Stenhouse, and it just snowballed, and not in a good way. So that'll end Josh Berry's day. All right, 27 to go. Now, here's the thing. If you're looking for stage points, you don't want to pit here, because you're not going to get all the way back by the end of the stage. But if you're looking at the end of the race, there are 130 laps to go. 60 laps on fuel. You pit now, you pit in 60 laps, you get all the way to the finish line. So, you can pit here and make it on one more stop to the end of the race. On the other hand, if you want your stage points, you got to stay out here. Oh, very mixed bag of tricks. Lot of pitting here. Ooh. So most of the cars are pitting. A couple I did see just stay out. See, we got 4 tires going on the 11 car. So these guys are all planning to flip the stage. They're planning to stay out, run to the finish, get to the end of the stage, and they're staying out. So in 20 laps, when the caution comes out for the stage, these guys should all be staying out, I think. Let's see who wins this battle off pit road. It's going to be interesting. So Gibbs pulled a little strategy. So Gibbs did 2 tires. Oh, this will be interesting. Gregson did... It looks like most of these guys are 4 tires except for Gibbs. So everybody did 4 tires except for Ty Gibbs. But, like I said, there is a huge handful of cars that stayed out. Dude, the strategy of this race, it's getting me all excited because we're about to see 20 laps at Texas of cars on fresh tires running down cars on old tires, and not just like the car on new tires starts 6th or 7th or 10th. I think that car on new tires might start 12th. There was a lot of cars that stayed out. Hey, it's gaming time. Said, hey man, I really like your diecast reviews. They help me out with my collection of 124 scales. Well, I appreciate that. That is why I do them. I like to look at them, I like to show them off, but I don't want to keep all of them. So that's the best way to do it, is I get to still look at them and show all the cool details that they put into them. And then I don't have to have a shelf full of them. I do like having them, but once you get to, you know, a couple hundred, that's a bit much. Now you're at a point where it's harder to manage. So now I have well over a couple hundred, if you can see the shelf behind me here. But because I have that many, I can't get them out of their box to show them off, and I like to show them off. It's fun. So better count for overtime. You know there's going to be an overtime. I mean, But the thing is, overtime is so few laps because you can save those laps under caution before the overtime. So, yeah, if you're talking right on the money, it'll be tough. But otherwise, they should be all right. So, I stand corrected. Who was the Christopher Bell free pass? So Kyle Larson is now the only car down multiple laps or down any laps at this point. Let me look here. So here are the guys that stayed out: Chastain, McDowell, Stenhouse, Jones, Keselowski, Bubba Wallace, Harrison Burton, Carson Hocevar. Christopher Bell is waiver rounding or free passing. He will pit and go to the back. So Ty Gibbs will start 9th, Hamlin 10th, and so far down the list. So all the guys that are leaders are going to be starting 9th or worse. I've got like 10 in the box because I don't have any space. Dude, and that's the worst part about it. I've got so many cool cars that I really want to be able to just show off and look at. Like, there's one right here. This is just sitting to my right. I'm not doing anything with it. It's just stuck in its box. But it's a car that's just... I'm going to pull this lid out quick. Oh, I already have it unscrewed. Neat. This is a car that's just really cool. Been sitting over here, and I would love to have it up on a shelf. It's Stenhouse's first start, and it's got that nice big wall scrape. It's autographed on the front, and it's a neat car, and it's an Elite, so it's like there's just all these features on this car I like, but it sits in the box all day because I don't have the room or space or anything to get it all out. So, yeah, that's the only downside, is that I don't have the room or space for it. Now, I am looking forward to this year. So, for those who weren't here for the last time I announced it, where's the lid? I forgot the lid. I'm going to grab it quick. I'm going to show these things off because I showed them off once in a live stream, but I'm going to grab them again. Show you guys the new thing I worked on in the last couple weeks. Be right back. All right, so as I was saying, in the off weeks, I developed or started doing these. These are business cards, technically, but on the back side of it, I'm going to fill these out starting in the 2024 race season with every car I review for the Cup Series Elite Premier Edition. So I'm going to fill this card out, the driver, the year, the race. So this is all that information. This card will go in the box with the car. And now some of these cars won't ever be up for sale because they're going to stay in my personal collection. But the rest of them that I don't want to keep will go wherever. So those will go in there. There will be an official holographic sticker, as you can see, that gets added to it. So, but basically it's the card, that sticker, and then it'll have the official event pin displayed in it as well. So it'll be something I did because I wanted to be able to like see where these cars end up over the course of years. But also it's just a neat way to display them and stuff. So, all right, watching the restart here. Don't see anything too crazy happening here. McDowell is hanging in there for the lead, though. Oh, Ty Gibbs on the apron. Fox. McDowell just lost it, and he wiped out. Oh, boy. And. Oh, zoom out! God! So McDowell crashed. I think Chase spun. I can't tell because the stupid cameraman zoomed in so far you can't see. Good Lord, man. Ty Gibbs hit the apron and shot up the track. Then the car zoomed in. They zoomed in on one car again. We missed the whole accident. Like I said, I think Chase spun through pit road. I can't tell because they still haven't zoomed out. All I can see is the right front tire. Good Lord, Fox. Their camera work is garbage. So Larson got his first free pass, by the way. So he is now one lap down. So side by side, I think he just hits the bumps and gets loose. Yep, hits the bumps, gets loose, and around it goes. And like I said, right here, I see the 9 dive to pit road. I can't tell, though. So, yeah, what happened, though, we missed the part back in the field. Gibbs hit the apron and shot up the track because he was not going to make the corner. I don't know who he was under, but like I said, we didn't... It just drives me nuts, man. All right, here we go. We got way more... Nope, they zoomed in. This is that same stupid camera. There we go. This one has it. Okay, Chase just got loose. I didn't know if he spun into pit road or not. I saw the tire marks, but... So he had to dive into pit road. He won't be penalized for that. That's avoiding an accident. Although Casey Kane got penalized for it back in 2014 in the Daytona 500. You thought I'd forget. No. But, dude, I'm so frustrated with the camera work because, like I said, I saw, and they still haven't talked about it. Ty Gibbs hit the apron, like going into 3 and 4. When I say he hit the apron, his left sides were on the apron, his right sides were on the track. Like, he was not just barely touching the apron. He was not going to make the corner. There wasn't room for him. And I didn't know what was going to happen, but all of a sudden they get to the corner, they zoom in, so I don't know what's going to happen. I guess we'll just find out later. And then all of a sudden McDowell crashes from first, so luckily they saved whatever happened back there. And then McDowell wipes out, and then as he's wiped out, they zoom in on him, and we can't see the cars going around him. Oh, man. Do I have a store that I sell my die kits? Well, yes, I do. I'm going to pull it out again. I wonder if I should put this on the thing. Here, get your phone out and take a picture of this. It should work. Let me see if it's not clear enough. I might not be able to make it work. Oh, here we go. There we go. Right there. There. Try. Is it going to focus on it? Let's see. Try taking a picture of that. It may not work. It may not be clear enough. Anyway, that's the website, rasdiecast.com. But yeah, the card is supposed to be able to do this. So you take that, you take your phone, you hold it over the card, and then it should have a link. You say, go to that link, it pops it in, and then it takes you to my website. So yes, that is the website. I have a couple updates I need to put on that website, but yeah, that's how I designed it. So if you take a picture of this one, oops, hold on, let me get closer. If you take a picture of, gosh dang it. It's hard, I'm holding it up to a camera. There we go. So you take a picture of this one on the, let's see, which side? This one. That goes to the website. This one, oops, gotta go this way. This one goes to the YouTube channel. So either way, if you take a picture of either of these codes, it should take you straight to the website, or the one over the Race Craze is the one that takes you straight to the YouTube channel. So that's kind of the way I did it. It worked. Okay, awesome. I'm glad it worked, because I didn't know if my camera was going to be clear enough to make that work or not. But yeah, so that'll be the website where all those are at. And then I also have the official event pins. So I'm working on doing these because they're a little out of date. I have to get my numbers all squared away and fixed. But like, this is from Kevin Harvick's Las Vegas win in 2018. I don't have that car, but I have the pins. So that'll be on there as well. But when these Elite Premiers start coming out, they come in a plastic case. And so what I'm going to do is modify that case so that you can actually put the pin in the case. Let me show a pin quick. So the pin is just a standard hat pin. I don't know if it shows, but it's just a little, like, you stick it through the bill of the hat, you put a clip on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill tiny little holes in the case, and then you can actually slide the pin in. So when you're looking at the car in its case, I'm going to flip this so it's like your way. So when it's in the case sitting there like this, or like this, depending on how the case is set, you'll be able to have the win card back here, you'll be able to have the serial number card back here, and you'll actually have the race pin in the back of the case, so they all just display nicely. So, yeah, that's what's going to be the Race Craze Premier Edition, which is just me editing the current Premier so it fits all these cool extra pieces in it. So, yeah, and like I said, they're not all going to be for sale. Like, when I'm going to Kansas this spring, and whoever wins that race, that Race Craze Edition of that car, never going to go up for sale. That's mine. So the ones that don't, or the ones that I don't keep, are the ones that do go up for sale. So there'll only be one of each variation. I'm debating. We'll see if I decide to do Elites that way as well, and not just the Elite Premiers. But yeah, basically it'll be kind of a cool way for me to see where the cars I review end up. Because I'm sure someday, 20 years from now, there will be one on eBay. It'll be just kind of neat to see where one of them started as a car in a video, and then, you know, went to maybe 2 different places or something. So it should be cool. And it's gaming time. Just remember, too, because you're new here, it sounds like, use the promo code RACECRAZE if you're picking anything up. It gets you 10% off. So that is a thank you for watching the YouTube channel. So if you're looking at picking anything up, I don't have the free shipping anymore. I'm hoping I can bring that back, but it does do the 10% off. So it almost balances out shipping depending on the order. If you have a big order, it's actually more than the shipping. If it's a smaller order, it's not quite enough to balance out shipping, but it's, you know, it's what I could offer to stay afloat when inflation was going, you know, crap crazy. So, yeah, that's what it's for. But, oh, yeah, Kyle Larson should be able to take the wave around. Even without it, he'll get the free pass most likely under the next caution. So, but yeah, so make sure you use that promo code. And that's for everybody, by the way. Anybody that picks something up for the site, use promo code RaceCraze. Like, it's 10% less that I get. I don't care. Like, I like to reward everybody that watches these streams. Like, I like to see that code used as much as possible. Because it actually, by me telling you it does just make the order worth less, I don't care. Like, I'm not here to make crazy amounts of money. I just enjoy having a community of NASCAR fans to kind of interact with. So, but yes, promo code RaceCraze. Not 95, just RaceCraze. $17 to go. Should be going to the green flag here soon. How many races has Hamilton won this year? Bristol, that's the other one, yes. I was going to say, I knew he had won 3, but I couldn't remember which ones. It was the Clash, Bristol, and Richmond. This is a counter. Oh, okay. What is this? I have another notification. Nah. All right. So, on the front row, it's going to be Chastain and Stenhouse. Then it's going to be Jones and Bubba Wallace on the next row. Then it's going to be Keselowski and Carson Hocevar. Bet you didn't have that as your top 6 25 minutes ago. Coming to the green. Not a great launch for Chastain. I think Stenhouse may hang in there. Meanwhile, there goes Noah Gragson up high. Whoa, Briscoe went way high. That's not going to work. He went all the way to the 3rd lane. I don't think that 3rd lane's quite ready for people. So 16 to go. Head off into turn 3. Chastain is clear with the lead, and Jones and Stenhouse battle behind him. We're on a stupid onboard. We can't see any of the action again. We're just looking at one car's corner panel. Hey, there we go. Now we can see something. Noah Gragson is flying, by the way. He's up to 15th from 20th. He's making it work up there on top. Stenhouse hanging in there. Trying to see. I still can't see. They're zoomed in too far. And another crappy camera view. Dude, this broadcast is terrible, man. We got a battle between Wallace, Hocevar. There we go. Zoom out. Way to go, guys. And you're zooming back in. Yep, they don't know what they're doing. These camera operators are garbage. Send them back to retrain all of them. This is pathetic. So there's a battle going on. I think it's Hocevar and Keselowski. I can't tell because I can't see. Oh, you can tell how infuriating it is. You're trying to watch a race, and you want to watch the race, but you can't. I think Keselowski's going to send it down in there, and I think he's going to clear. He will. So Keselowski's going to take that spot. That'll move Hocevar back to 6th and Keselowski into the top 5. I just mentioned a few minutes ago how Keselowski disappeared and was gone. He's back. He's fine. Just like that. Ooh, is Reddick going to side draft? He is. Opportunity. $13 to go in the stage. Chastain, Jones, Wallace, Stenhouse, Keselowski, Hocevar, Burton, Briscoe, Blaney, Gibbs. Not a top 10 I would have picked. It is a wild top 10. So, I think Hamlin's going to go 2 for 1. Is he going to get by Gibbs too? It sure looks like it. Keselowski looking at Stenhouse. That's for 4th. He just keeps on marching. Brad Keselowski moving to the front. Kyle Larson is babying them tires out back. He literally has nothing to race for, though, either. He's just like a lap down behind the field. There's no sense to do anything. He's not going to... Oh, God. All right, well, I can't blame them there because he's not on the lead lap, is he? Yeah, he's a lap down. So, Clint Boyer and Kevin Harvick both mentioned he's saving his tires out back. Wow, Blaney almost smoked the wall there. He's going to have a shot to go for two for one here, though. Anyway, as I was trying to say, he's going to get the lucky dog. He's going to start at the rear regardless. Taking care of tires doesn't do anything at all. So, doesn't help. Like, the whole babying his tires for that reason is just dumb. Like, that's not what he's doing because it's not going to do anything. Like, yeah. Nice in theory. I like your theory, guys, but no, that's not how it's going to work. Ooh, must have had a slip up from Blaney, or not Blaney, sorry, with Hamlin. He's going to get passed by Reddick, and here comes Noah Gragson. I mentioned him earlier. He's up in the top 15. Tell you what, if they use some strategy and go get some clean air on the nose of that 10 car, he may have a shot at this race. He's been good today. Ooh, Elliott just pulled the air block on Hamlin. Don't care. It's Denny. Yeah, Bubba is in third. That's, again, on somewhat of a strategy element as well, though. I have been impressed with that 10 car, though. Every time I look up, he's been able to make some moves and do something a little different to kind of help his car. Eight laps to go on the stage. Bubba coming for second, looking at the inside of Eric Jones. Pair of Toyotas. They're not that far behind Chastain, by the way. I was just thinking the same thing, Dayton. I literally was thinking that. I looked at it, I'm like, dang, that's going to be a sharp car in liquid color, and you beat me to it. Yes, I do think that 10 car, I think it's offered, but it's going to look good in liquid. That's going to be sharp. But that's another thing. I don't know if I want to keep that car in liquid, but I want to get one to look at it. Like, that's why I like having the channel. I get to look at cars and then send them to a new home. It's awesome. Ooh, who's that battling? That's Briscoe. Okay. That's a battle for 7th. We got a good battle going on for 10th, I think. Was it 10th, 11th, and 12th? We're all side by side. So we're zoomed in so far on Stenhouse's car. We're not seeing Ty Gibbs, who just passed 2 for 1 for 9th and 10th. Hocevar's, there's a battle. There's a battle. We can't see it. Hocevar just got passed by Gibbs and Elliott, and now is getting passed by Hamlin. So obviously something transpired on the front stretch, and we didn't get to see it because for some reason... Oh, geez, Hamlin was going to stuff it in 4 wide on the bottom? Luckily, he's a veteran, because that's the type of move that would have definitely ended a lot of races. There was a lot of side drafting and checking up going on, and Hamlin about went 4 wide on the bottom. That would not have worked. I will appreciate that, man. At least Hamlin's smart enough to look at a situation like that and say, nah, this is a bad idea. He's smart enough to get himself out of them situations, at least. 4 to go in the stage. Chastain's still out front, but I think Bubba's faster. Can he get there is the other question, though. Trying to see. Stenhouse and Burton are currently battling. That is for 7th. I can't see it, though. I just see the spots flipping back and forth. So there goes Blaney. He's on the new tires. He's getting up there. Briscoe is also on new tires, though. Can I see that Stenhouse battle? I kind of want to see that. Oh, wow. Look at him go. Blaney's going to go 2, and he's going to snag Jones for 3rd. Is that 12 car the new best car on the track? Because Hamlin has gone nowhere. And Larson's a lap down. Truex is gone. I don't even see him in the top 20. Like, what happened to this race? I'm going to have to say it. Texas is putting on a good race. This is a good race. Took a lot of strategy. Took some cautions. But it's doing its job. Bubba does have the fresher tires? He has slightly fresher tires, but Blaney has notably fresher tires. So Bubba has like 10 lap fresher tires. Blaney has like 30 lap fresher tires. Briscoe looking to take that spot from Keselowski on the final lap. Bubba closes in. Not going to be enough, though. Ross Chastain will snag the stage win. It'll be Chastain. I'm trying to watch him come to the line. I can't even tell they're getting there quick enough. Anyway, Chastain, Bubba, Blaney, Jones, Keselowski, Briscoe, Burton. Harrison Burton with stage points. Wasn't on my bingo card. Then Stenhouse, Gibbs, and Elliott round out the top 10. I mean, this whole race got flipped on its head. Just flip it over. And guess what, guys? There's other guys that are going to be pitting here. Why does it say Chase pitted on lap 142? Oh, because he went... Okay, so anyway, let's go through here first. So, under this caution, I don't know for sure, but I expect the 1, the 23, the 43, the 6, the 21, the 47, and the 77 to pit. These are the guys that didn't pit before the end of the stage. They're going to have to probably pit now. So everyone else will stay out. On that note, Chase Elliott, I didn't mention before, he says he pitted on lap 142. How is he the only one that pitted on lap 142 with like Hamlin and Zane Smith and Justin Haley? How did they get back up there? That's when they went down pit road to avoid the accident. So if you're wondered who had to go down pit road to avoid that accident when McDowell smoked it off of turn 4, well, right there it was Hamlin and Elliott and Zane Smith and Justin Haley. I always get proven wrong. I said McDowell was going to point his way in, and now he doesn't get stage points, and he wrecked his car. So, the performance is there. He'll score points. I'm still confident in him. Especially, again, this is where the crew chief's going to have to make sure that they're trying to snag the stage points every stage they can in the road course races. But if they choose to go for points in the road course races, they're going to make bank. Like, they're going to get, 19 to 16 stage points, and then they'll probably snag a solid top 15 finish. So they're going to walk out of there with probably 30 more points than everybody else that's typically around them. And that's going to be huge. So I still think he can do it. Noah's 14th and should have been even higher. Had a couple little hiccups, but otherwise I think would have got there. The other thing I wanted to check real quick while I'm here. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just do it on my phone. I wanted to see if that Overstock car was on Lionel for liquid color, because that thing's going to look awesome. There we go. We're going to shop by driver. Gonna look and see if that Noah Gragson car is available in liquid. Because if it is, I'm probably getting one. Oh, it's the other one. It was the what was it? Superior Essex. That car that he ran at Richmond. So that one is available. They also did his Bass Pro Shops car. That one is also available out there. And then they also did his Surf Pro car, which I think may have DNP'd, because that says sold out in every size, shape, and color. So that tells me I think that may have actually DNP'd. Black Rifle. And the Rush Truck Center. Rush Truck Center may... Nope, it didn't sell out, so we're good there. Yeah, so I don't see the Overstock one yet, so... let's see here. So, I'm going to read that one. It's first time Harrison has scoring stage points. Not the first time, but it's definitely a first time maybe this year. It's been a tough year. All right, who's pitting? Bubba State. Oh. Blaney came in? Why? I'm not like a diehard Blaney fan, but I'm a partial Blaney fan. Why? Bubba stayed out. He pitted on lap 114. He had 20 or 15 lap fresher tires. He did 2 right sides, but that's not a lot of cars on pit road. I don't like that at all. That is a bad strategy call. I mean, he's going to start 20th. There's 30 cars on the lead lap. Oh, man, that was a bad call for Blaney. So, yeah, Blaney, yes, you were 100%. Blaney should not pit because he has the fresh tires and everyone else is going to take tires in front of him. Now, Bubba didn't pit, and neither did Briscoe, but Briscoe was actually behind him. So yeah, Bubba didn't pit, so he would have started second, but still, I'd take second over 20th. Yeah, so I don't really know what the point of all that was. I don't think that's going to work. Just got outlaw tickets for Sharon Speedway. See, now, if it was last year, I could be way more excited, because the Outlaws are by far one of the best dirt shows, but High Limit and them splitting has definitely hurt the star power a little bit, because I'm a KKR guy. I'm watching more High Limit. I still want to see where Gravel and Macedo and Shots are doing, but, you know, it's like, it really does split the star power. So I am really excited for the races where you see more star power in it, like the Knoxville Nationals and probably the Knoxville race in Iowa, because High Limit's off that weekend. So I think that's that'll be pretty full. So there'll be some fun races, but yeah. Bubba and Blaney top two? No. Nope, Blaney pitted. He's going to the back. So Bubba didn't pit, but Blaney did. And okay, so here's how it shakes out. So Bubba and Harrison Burton on old tires decided to stay out again. Interesting. So they stayed out a second time, essentially. Then it's Ty Gibbs, Chase Elliott, Reddick. All those guys are on the same pit strategy. Like, yeah, Blaney is like the only guy that was on that strategy with guys like Gibbs and Briscoe and Hamlin and Elliott and Reddick. Like, he was on that strategy. And now he pitted and he came out like 17th. And his tires are only like, what, 20 laps fresher? Most of that under yellow? I mean, I don't know if he's going to drive from 17th to the lead. It just seems like you put yourself in a hornet's nest, and probably not for a good reason. That being said, this race is wide open. I mean, this is anybody's race. Hamlin has shown speed today. He's 7th. Byron, I think, has got good speed. He's 8th. Noah Gragson, I still think, is one of the better cars today if he can get out in clean air. He's 9th. Kyle Larson, the dominant car thus comes. Does Blaney have enough time to use his tires to get back to the front? I don't know if he does. Yeah, Texas has been good, but the racing is part of it, but really the strategy has been fantastic. I mean, look at this. We got Bubba on a set of tires. We got Briscoe on a whole nother strategy. Then you go down the list, and we've got Blaney on another strategy. Like, we got multiple strategies taking place because of the cautions, and that's part of the reason you need cautions, because it helps with strategy. This is where NASCAR, stage yellows are not the type of cautions you need. You need unpredictable yellows because it forces crew chiefs to get creative on their strategies. I mean, you look at the guys up front. Bubba played strategy. Burton played strategy. Elliott played strategy early in the race to get track position. Zane Smith, Justin Haley, I don't know if they pulled strategy or if they just found their way there. But just in general, strategy is what is getting this field to just shuffle everywhere. John Hunter Nemechek is running 15th. He's not even out. Not only is he not out of the race, apparently his damage must not be terrible because he's 15th. But now I see him high on the racetrack. He might just be the last car that stayed out. He's running high like he might be dropping to the rear. So yeah, his car might be bad. Ugh. Can you believe Larson made such a big mistake? Honestly, I don't even know how that wheel... It stayed on there for 15 laps before it fell off. That's wild to me. It's been 57 laps since Bubba pitted. So he's... Obviously, they've saved fuel under yellows, but they're going to push it. Like, they're going to be stretching because they're still going to have to go another 40 laps. They're going to run 90 laps on fuel, a lot of it under caution. That's 90 laps. That's going to be tough. So Briscoe high, Gibbs behind him, Elliott behind him. Those are all the guys on the new tires. Bubba and Harrison Burton on the low lane are on the older tires. Harrison Burton is going to go to the lead at Texas? Huh? Oh, Bubba just had a huge washout. Oh, we got a spin! Bubba Wallace around! Chase Briscoe around! Bubba actually saved it, so I should speak, but Briscoe definitely is in the fence. And that is another caution. And Bubba Wallace's strategy just imploded because now he's going to be way back in the field on 60-lap-old tires. Briscoe's got damage. What in the heck is happening? This race is on roids, man. What is going on? So he's got 4 flat tires. They're going to get that under there. Let's see what happens here. So bad run through 1 and 2. Harrison Burton gets a great run on the bottom. He ends up going 3 wide, goes all the way to the lead. Let's see what happens. They get into turn 3 and 4. Bubba just missed the corner, air washed up right in front of Briscoe, but they were already way out of the groove at that point. And Bubba got it straightened out. Fairly small contact with Briscoe. I don't know if anything's bent necessarily, but he's got 4 flats, so he'll go, put his tires on and he'll be good to go. Yeah, Bubba has to pit, right? I mean, he's too far back. Like, because of the caution, he's going to be all the way back in probably, like, I don't know, 20th? Like, you got to have fresh tires if you're that far back in the field. You can't be on old tires and in 20th. So I think he's going to have to go get tires. And just like that, Denny Hamlin's back to 3rd. Ty Gibbs got shuffled to 7th. Like, even when the cars that I just mentioned are on fresh tires, Briscoe, Ty Gibbs, and Chase Elliott were the first 3 on new tires. What happened under that restart? Briscoe got wiped out, or wiped himself out, one or the other. I don't know who's responsible for what. Ty Gibbs got shuffled high and got passed, and then Reddick and Hamlin both slid underneath all of them, including Elliott. So this race is just getting shuffled like crazy. Like, Zane Smith is legitimately running 5th in Aspire cars. Zane Smith, the crap year he's had thus far, he's legit in 5th. What a wild race. But we're under another commercial, so at least, I mean, at this point, there have been enough cautions. We should not have any more commercial breaks under green, I would hope. Also, this is a perfect example, though. Like, that was under the restart. So we've literally 2 laps for a restart. There's, like, no lap down cars. Quickie yellow. Everybody pits, choose next time, and then we go green. Because there's no damage, there's no cars on the track, there's no debris. Let's re-rack them and go. Like, I would like to see, this is where race control, I'd like to see them speed that stuff up. They had, and I say had, this is way back if I'm showing age, they used to have a quickie yellow. And that was if there was a caution right after a restart, they knew everyone just pitted. Everyone had an opportunity to pit. Like, we're not going to do a full caution sequence right back to back with another. We're going to get everybody situated. All right, here's where everyone lines up. And here's your, like, pit this time, and we're going to choose next time, and then we're going to go. Or, actually, I think they were even faster. I think they didn't have a choose rule. So they would literally pit knowing that when they come on the tracks, like, sort yourself in line because we're going green. Like, it was that type of quick turnaround. Like, IndyCar is very similar. I think it was at Iowa. They had a caution 6 or 8 laps into the race. And IndyCar's like, that's not a long enough run to have a full caution. So literally, I mean, that caution probably took 2.5 minutes. I remember thinking like, oh, there was a spin. So they got them all slowed down. They all came to pit like immediately, came on track, lined up and raced. It was like 2 or 3 laps was all it was. I remember thinking like, oh, holy crap, I blinked and I missed the whole yellow. Like, that was crazy to me. Now, if it's a long run, they'll take time to sweep the track and kind of have a longer break. But yeah, if they have a like back-to-back cautions, they keep the thing moving. They do not dink around. How's the race supposed to play out with all these cautions? That's the beauty of it. We don't know. It's a mystery. Isn't it nice for the race to be completely unpredictable? We have no idea what's going to happen. This is what racing literally used to be like all the time. I mean, back before stages and all these things, like, yes, I understand 2015, 2016 before stages was awful. I agree. It was terrible. But I'm talking you go way back, 2005, 4, 6, 7, 8, like, they had the real gummy tires, guys would blow engines. There was all sorts of reasons that cars would end up falling out of the race. And because of all of those reasons, it was kind of fun because you didn't know when a caution was coming. You know, 10, 20 laps into a race, guys would maybe pit and then snag another yellow and flip the fuel strategy. Like, there were opportunities. Interesting. So Hamlin goes to the bottom with Burton. I wonder if he's going to push him 3 wide. That's right. Harrison Burton's leading this race. I find that wild right now. If lightning strikes the track and blows up the scoring tower, this race will end and Harrison Burton will win. Just think about that. Like, how wild this day has been. Now, it's a bright, sunny day. I don't expect lightning to strike the tower and blow anything up. But I'm just pointing out, with the wacky day today has been, I don't know what's going to happen. Today's the day, Chase. Bring it home. Win for Hooters. No, but see, I'm torn. Allen finally used strategy, but on the other hand, I still think he needs a crew chief swap on top of the box. I guess we'll see. Can't root against my guy, you know? The Kim Cam, I hate the Kim Cam. I'm not a fan. Mostly because usually they flip away from racing to show someone's all nervous on a pit box. I don't like that. I want to watch the racing. She can flip out on the pit box all day long. Does not bother me. I don't need to see it. It's not why I tuned in, you know? This is a pretty clean start. Everyone kind of got single filed out and got in line. And who's that in third? Well, that's Zane. Zane just about learned a hard lesson. Just about. All right, Harrison Burton away with the lead, like clear. Like he's there. Like nobody's passing him. So I'm a little surprised at how well he is running. That is impressive. Now it's on old tires and strategy and whatnot. There it is. I knew something was happening off of turn 4. I saw the move Reddick made, and then Fox immediately flipped to 30th. Split screen, guys. Show us both. I'm good with both. Show them both of us. I'll watch them. I'll watch both. Like, it just drives me nuts because it's like, what are we doing? I want to see both. Whoa, who's way up against the wall? I think it's Nemechek. Nematode. Are we okay to let... Oh, Jesus, Nemechek. Go pit. Wait, is that car still okay? I thought he legitimately, like, smoked the wall. Blaney's in the wall. Right front damage caution is out. That car is done. And that is why I am always nervous about putting yourself back in traffic. Of course, we didn't see it because Fox was busy watching a wounded car. Fair. I would just... Split screen. Show both. Like, you have the tools. Use them. I'm curious to see where he... Oh, he was running with Stenhouse. I wonder what happened. Oh, yeah, he got a bump. Who is that? Priest. Priest takes out Ryan Blaney. Not going to say it's intentional, but yeah. All right, who are the live standings? I need to see who's even running in this race. What are we doing here? Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Live standings. So Hamlin and Larson are in the process of recovery. Chase would be P4 in the stand. What a weird year. So Hamlin and they're the big gap. So Hamlin, Larson, and Truex are kind of the top 3 in standings, but Truex and Larson are in the process of recovering, coming back to the front. It looks to me like Harrison Burton is coming this time. Jeez. Obviously he got a punt because he was way, way sideways for not having any contact. Like, that's not just a guy slipping out of the groove. That was contact. All right, lights on. No pit. Yeah, no pit. All right. All right, quickie this thing. Let's get this yellow taken care of and get right back on it. He drove away. So yeah, that's why I don't know why Blaney didn't stay out. He would have been the leader. That's a mind-numbing decision on the crew chief. I can't put it any other way. That was just not a good decision to go all the way back in the field like that. I don't see where he came out ahead. Like, the furthest car forward on that strategy is Eric Jones in 12th. like they're not getting the progress when starting in the back like that. Like, you need more help than that. So Burton did stay out, so he's going to keep rolling. Now, for the record, they still have roughly 85 to go. Yep, 85. So 85 laps to go. 65 was the fuel window. So 20 laps from the fuel window. Without a doubt, Harrison Burton will make it to that fuel window. So, problem is, Harrison Burton under green will have to stop well before everyone else as well. So we'll see. And here's the other question. Under green, do you dare take 2 tires? Do you try it? I mean, do you save yourself 6 seconds or 5 or however many seconds on pit road trying a 2-tire stop at under green? Maybe. Might be worth it. I don't know. Oh, also, by the way, guys, I haven't mentioned it yet, but the triple set, the Hendrick 1, 2, 3 of Byron, Larson, and Elliott from Martinsville. It's not on the website yet. It will be. I just haven't gotten the link put together. So that one will be up over the weekend, as will obviously the weekend race winner, barring it's not Gibbs or Reddick, which both are up front. So, but if it's not Gibbs or Reddick, the race win generally gets made. But if it's Gibbs or Reddick, it is not going to get made. There's no question about it. Monster does that to us for some reason. This race has been something else, though. I'm not going to call it a crap show, though, because it has been still... Like, it is nice that guys are on the edge of control. I just wish we saw it more. Like, more edge of control. All right. Well, I think if you're Chase, you're probably going to get stuck behind Harrison Burton. But I guess you can, if you can get him to go 3 wide or poke him in the middle or something, or just get him out of your way, you have a shot. Let's see. Actually, they're doubled up. Let's see. Coming back to green. We missed the choose. Not sure why they didn't bother to show us that. Seems like something we would have wanted to see. So Harrison Burton and Chase Elliott will be up top, so he will at least have the option to go up. But I think he'll probably fake up and go down because it's harder to turn back down if you're too high on entry. Noah Gragson, 9th position. He's on the inside. Telling you, I like what that 10 car has done thus far today. I think he's got a shot. All right, he did go 3 wide middle, so I thought he might do something to get by Burton, and Burton is now in the dirty air. So now is when we're going to find out what Burton's actually got. Because, actually, he stayed up top. He's in good air now still, but I'm curious to see with those old, he's got 50-something laps on them tires. Like, we're going to find out exactly what he's got to play with. Whoa, Brad's going to go way down low, along with Kyle Larson into 3 and 4. There's a lot of good racing. Like, I would love to see if they could just get multiple cameras on all these different battles, because there's good racing on these restarts all through the field, but they keep giving us onboards, and onboards do not show us the good part. LaJoy peeking middle. We got good run from Chastain on exit. Like, there's just all sorts of good racing in 1 and 2 on these restarts. Once they get singled out, it's not quite as good, but, it's not bad. Eric Jones is still the furthest forward on those old tires. Whoa, he slips up. Chastain now looking to fill. Not going to be able to make it. Cindric now in the back of Chastain. Look at all that. It's treacherous. I like it. This is fun. Also, shout out Noah Gragson, P7. Where is Noah? I'm trying to see where is he near the car around him? Looks like he's close to Ty Gibbs. Shout out, by the way, Justin Haley. He's been in the top 20 for most of the day. Truex now battling with Burton side by side. That takes place right behind Noah, so I'm assuming Noah has put a gap in there. At least a little gap. I don't see his car in frame. 79 to go. Like I said, they still do have to make one more pit stop. Oh my gosh, are they 3 wide down the backstretch? That 42 car is still running. It has hit the wall like 3 times. What is going on? Jimmy Johnson's also still in the race. Like, he's just been kind of back there and not much of a factor, but it's just crazy. Like, there's so much happening on this racetrack. 78 to go. All right, here comes Jones. He's looking for 12th. Can he clear? Not quite. And the battle will continue. Ooh, little door there. Johnson to Larson. That's interesting. Was that from something? Or is that just a former car type of thing? Because that is technically his former team. Ooh, Johnson into him again. What is going on? Johnson just got into Larson like 3 times. What is happening? I'm sorry. This race might be one of the best Texas races since the repave. It might be the best. I can't think of another one that has been better since the repave. Now, old Texas, oh my gosh, they were legendary. But I mean, I'm just watching right now. I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. This has been fun. $76 to go as they currently run. Busher now past Burton. So since Burton got knocked out of the front of the field, like got shuffled, he has fallen to 10th. Not terrible. He's gonna have to pit in the next 15 laps. So he's not really at a loss yet because he's still in the top 15, top 10 technically, but he's still up at the top 10, 15 level, but he's going to have to pit like soon. Meanwhile, Reddick ahead of Hamlin and Elliott. Byron now in 4th. Zane Smith in 5th. Then we got Ty Gibbs, Noah Gragson, Martin Truex, Chris Buescher. What a race, man. This thing is wild. I mean, Donovan Nemechek has hit the wall multiple times. He's 20th. He's 20th. I thought Larson would be further ahead than he is. Larson has not been able to get through traffic, though. Next caution, Burton has to pit. Burton's going to have to pit in about 20 laps, caution or not. He's literally going to be out of fuel. So he's been running long enough. I mean, his last pit stop was 114. He's already getting close to 100 laps on fuel. He cannot continue to wait. Yeah, all those, I mean, there's so many cars you look at back in the field that were in the front at one point and had mistakes get them. So looking at it on the scoring monitor, oh, I guess Burton did not get passed by Jones. He is still in 10th, and he's holding good. So, but yeah, like I said, Harrison Burton in another, I don't know, 13-ish laps. Oh, Blaney, I hope he doesn't jump with 41. But anyway, in the next 14 laps, I think we're going to see Harrison Burton come pit. So 71 to go. Still a little bit of time here. Larson is on older tires. That is correct. That's right. He has only one set of tires left, I believe. So he's going to probably be the first one or one of the first ones to come pit and get some fresh ones. Which, for where he's running, is not a bad idea. Because what he can do, pitting is about a lap and a quarter-ish, is about how much time you lose. And so with him running as far back as he's running, that lap and a quarter is going to put him in some very clean racetrack with fresh tires to just rip some good laps off. He's going to be able to run laps that are probably half a second to a second faster than the guys around him. He does that for 5 laps. That's like 2.5 seconds, something like that. Like if he's 15 seconds back and you gain 5 seconds, you're 10 seconds back. That moves you all the way up to 14. Like the cars are so close on the what they call the delta, that if you can gain that time, you will be able to move forward. The question is, if you pit and everyone follows you, you might not gain anything. You might just be stuck. So looking at the lap times as they go, it looks like, oh, wow. Gibbs cars are laying down some heavy good laps up front. 29.6, 29.7. Elliott's at a 30.1. 3.6 seconds back. So we'll see if that's a tire age thing or what it is, but I thought that those cars might be some of the best today. Chastain going to get by, so he'll snag that spot from Harrison Burton. That is for 12th. Like I said, Harrison Burton, he's got to be 10 to 12 laps from pitting right now. I imagine with 60 to go, he would probably be willing to pit, but he might be able to stretch it as far as 55 to go. Thing is, by that distance of 55 to go or so, other guys might be ready to come pit with him. Truex going to get by the 10. It does look like the Toyotas might have the more superior car on the long run, especially with the traffic situation. Blaney getting passed by the 43. Chastain's behind him, though, so I don't think we'll see anything too crazy, I hope. And Harrison Burton is in. 67 to go. He must be really close on fuel because this is still barely on the edge of the window. But Harrison Burton is in, this time by... yeah, I was wondering if there was any bad blood between Blaney and Chastain. No, they're good. So let's see what happens. Burton's going to cycle out, and he's going to have fresh tires for a few laps. He's just coming off pit road now. Oh, Gregson sliding back a little more. Whoa, Cindric just had a weird slide. Oh, wait, actually, is he on older tires? He is. So Stenhouse is actually on fresher tires. That's why he's getting passed. So he's just getting passed by guys on brand new tires. Or fairly new tires, so a little different. How are we today? Dude, yesterday's finish was fantastic, but I'm not going to lie. This race, I thought there was no shot they put on a good race today, and it's been something. It's been pretty fun. Holy smokes, the two Gibbs cars have gapped Elliott by 6 seconds already. Holy moly. They're gapping him pretty healthily. Larson is back in the top 20, and his lap times are better, so he's going to be able to have a shot. But again, the pit window is, I think, about open, so Larson can take that gamble. He's 17 seconds behind the leader. If he can gain that 5 seconds, that's going to bump him all the way to 9th. Like, that's a good spot to be if you can make the bump. Yeah, Larson just got around Cindric. Up 220. So it's still another 17-ish laps is what's estimated. Now, don't get me wrong. Someone's going to stay out. I don't know who it's going to be. Someone's going to do it. What is going on up front? Tyler Reddick is running 29.4s on a regular basis. That car is absolutely booking it. I mean, he is clobbering the field. Did he find a lane that didn't exist an hour ago? I mean, he's flying. He's got 5 seconds on Hamlin and 9 on Elliott. Like, he is absolutely opening it up. He's running the high side, so maybe that's what it is. He's just running high all the way around. Yeah, I said everyone, if they pit from here on out, they can make it. So there is time to be gained. I mean, at this point, though, you know, you're going to pit more to protect yourself from guys behind you. Like, if you're Tyler Reddick, you've got enough of a gap. You can get beat to pit road by a couple laps, and it won't hurt you too bad. Looks like a routine 4-tire stop for Chris Buescher. He is on pit road. How in the world is Bell contending in the top 20? He's... I don't know. Pit strategy. I think guys are pitting, and so those cars in the 20s are, one, the last cars left on the track, but also they're not up to the same pace. Although Larson's not that far in front. Maybe it is just on pace. I don't know. 58 to go as they run. Oh, here comes Stenhouse. He's going to follow Truex right past. Well, maybe not. He thought he was going to. He still might. That gap, he tried to close it. It wasn't closed, though. I think Ryan Sieg will find a win someday, but man, I thought yesterday was really a good shot for him. I mean, he was an inch short. Like,